Hello friends, welcome back. How are you doing? I hope you are doing hunting. So, I came with a new course today. It's about a Hunter 2.0. Why I gave this name, basically, I'll tell you later why I gave this name Hunter 2.0. So, in this course, you will find all the critical vulnerabilities what you have heard in many years. I'll teach you live hunting over there, and a big thank you to you for having some patience basically. Yes, I know it's too late, but no worry, we'll grab something interesting. You will grab something interesting over there. Thank you. So let me show you why it's different from the first course. This was my first course about web applications. There I shown you the low, medium and high level vulnerabilities. Like I have shown you XSS, parameter tampering, HTML, and many medium level vulnerabilities to hunt bugs. Now in this course, I have also shown you SQL injections on the live as well as the lab. In the lab, I shown you up to lesson 23, but I haven't shown you few of the type of SQL injection like stack query based SQL injections, what we can achieve by SQL injections. Perfect. Now in Hunter 2.0, I'm going to cover these many things. So that's why the course fees is right now 100 USD and duration will be 50 hours. So we'll start from the introductory part, like what I'm recording today. It's an introduction part. Now, after that, I'm going to cover recon basically. Recon is important here because in bug bounty hunting, yes. Now, then we're going to talk about advanced SQL injection. It's a big topic. You can see it's a very big topic, yes. After this SQL injections, I'm going to talk about the no rate limiting vulnerability, the long password DOS attack, buffer overflow. I will also going to talk about Android application dynamic vulnerability hunting. Then I'm going to talk about iOS app dynamic vulnerability hunting. After that, I'm going to talk about hostile subdomain takeover. So I'll let you know. While I recorded this hostile subdomain takeover, I found a way to hunt these bugs in 5 minutes. So I'll show you this also. Then I'm going to talk about IDOR vulnerability. Through IDOR, I just took account takeover on one of popular dating websites also. So I'll also teach you that. Then I'll be also talking about WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, CMS vulnerability hunting, cross-site request forgery, HSTS, session fixation, and many more. You just keep scrolling, okay? There are many things you will get to know by this vulnerability, by this course. So don't worry, you can see the remote code is a big topic. So RC, I'm releasing after some times when every RC bug will be fixed. Otherwise, it's very critical. Anyone can misuse that things. Yes. So I'll release this after some time. So don't worry about that. Okay. If you bought the course, you will get this remote code executions. Okay. So don't worry about that. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me to your mentor basically. Hello friends. How are you? I hope you are doing hunting. So my name is Vikas Chaudhary. I'm going to talk about Hunter 2.0 today. So this is my second course. My first course was offensive approach to hunt bugs, and it was a success. It was a high success basically. I got high success from that. And big thank you for you for subscribing that course, as well as you are also looking for the second course. So I think you already know me, okay, my story, where I came from, how I started this. So I think I will not repeat this, okay. So this is about after that first course, I achieved many things. I was also in top 100 MSRC list. I also spoke at many conferences. I also interacted with many of the students. So in a month or 2 months, I interact with thousands of students, those who are doing bug bounty or not doing bug bounty but want to come into this field. So I must tell him first of all to do real world, okay, basically. Udemy having many courses, but I think I should not talk about the courses and other things. This is the introductory part about author. So let me talk about the I'm a Vikas Chaudhary. I'm from Pune. My company is located in Pune. It's been 4 years now. We recently completed 4 years in this industry, the cybersecurity consultancy. Now, I must tell you also that I released my first course in March 2018, Offensive Approach to Hunt Bugs, and this is going to be released in March. Yes, there is Offensive Bug Bounty 2.0. Then yes, so I'm just talking randomly, okay? I don't have any script, I don't do recording or something, okay? So if anything goes wrong, just ignore that, okay? There's nothing more than that, okay? And we'll have a discussion session in this course, so you can discuss with me on the app, as well as you can also discuss on WhatsApp. So don't worry, I'll reveal my personal number. I think you already have my personal number, okay? So you can interact with me anytime, okay? Now, so in this course, I started doing some research, and I got lots of many bugs, lots of critical vulnerabilities. I included new tricks, so you can easily hunt these bugs, and you will easily understand the concept, because I think you already know that how I am doing huntings, okay? So you will easily understand the concept. Thank you so much. So I'll meet you after the thank you video later. Thank you, bye bye. Hello friends, so this is what you should know before taking these courses. So let me tell you, you should be able to use Burp Suite hands-on, completely hands-on, okay? You should know how to capture request, what is intruder, what is repeater, what is sequencer. You should know about this first of all, okay? Then I'm going to talk about, let's say, I'm not going to talk about, you should also able to use Kali Linux maybe. Then make sure that you have a complete knowledge of internet technology, the web, the server, the mobile application, how mobile application technology work, how website technology work, how we can create servers and everything, okay? Basically this is all about the background concept, as well as you must take this course before going there, okay? Offensive Approach to Hunt Bugs. If you haven't subscribed this, first subscribe this course, okay? Then you start learning on this Hunter 2.0. If you don't have, if you haven't done this anything, then you must not subscribe this Hunter 2.0. Thank you. Hello friends, so I'm going to talk about recon. Recon is very important now for bug bounty hunting. Now, if you will have a more targets, more opportunities, it will generate more opportunities, and it will be more fun to hunt on all the targets. So first things, why we are doing recon? First of all, let's talk about why we are doing recon. Because if we are doing recon, the first things we'll get is, let's say, will increase our targets. Yes, the first things we are doing is increasing our targets. Yes. Now second things we are doing is will so basically, if you will have a more target, it means we'll easily hunt bugs on all these targets. Then second thing you do is pick unpopular subdomains to hit bounty quickly, okay? Unpopular subdomains. Now in recon, what we are also gathering subdomains of subdomains. Why subdomains of subdomains? To increase our target areas, and few applications have 4 to 5 grade of subdomains, so we'll also get back that also now. So first of all, we are doing subdomains. So I'm using SubRoot tool. You can download this from the Rook on GitHub. So let me simply, so I already downloaded, so I'll go to the cd space SubRoot, now ls. Now you can see there are many things. Now I'll simply do /subroot.py, and then I'll give the target name. So you can give, let's say, target maybe, let's say, what, let's say I'll give a simple website. Let's say I can give any other website, a yama.com. let's give the yama.com, or maybe cetusdata.com. it's a Microsoft programs. Then you can also write this into a file, or you can also generate this. So if you are generating this, see this, the output will be something like this. Just wait, have some patience. So output may be some CC. If you are doing this, output will be something like this. Yes. So this is one way to do this, and another way is to generate this subdomains into directly and export that into file. Yes. just wait. So you can also try that. Let's try directly that, okay? Because let's write into a file, say cetus subdomains dot txt, you can say now. And I already got the subdomains. Few of these are the subdomains over there. Yes, you can see this now. So sometimes subdomains have also subdomains. Yes, so we'll also try that. Just wait. It may take time. So for that, in the meantime, I'm going to pause that video. And there is no pause option, so I just have to wait for that. Yeah. So if you'll try, let me go to the file. Yes, we see this. We got one file. If I'm opening that file with the text edit, is anything wrote over there? Yes. See this. We got the only right now. These are only two domains present right now. We just have to wait. You may get that easily now. So it's because it's running. Yes. So you just have to wait for that to get the file. Now if I'm again, let's open with text edit. See, okay, it's taking time. Yes. Okay, I think you understood this logic. Yes, this will generate one file, and in that file there will be all subdomains of this cetusdata.com. okay, so I'll meet you in the next video. So right now we are doing a recon like a boss, or you can say recon like a king. So first we have found subdomains of a domains. Now by firing this command, the subroot.py, so I fired this command. The command was this subroot.py -c space 50. I gave 50 for process count 50, so it will execute the first. Then I gave the domain microsoft.com, and then I gave this to write into a file microsoft.txt. now so they generated one file microsoft.txt. If I'm opening with Sublime, you can see this. Now I got 445 subdomains now, and it's still counting. Now what I will do now, I have to find, let me simply make a copy of that. So I'll go to ls cd space, because previous command is not complete yet, so I have to make a copy. I'll go to cp space microsoft.txt to ms.txt, for example. Okay, I don't have permissions, I'll make, okay, perfectly alright. Now cp space ms.txt. So I have a file ms.txt that have all the subdomains of Microsoft. Now what I will do, I have to find subdomains of subdomains. So for that I will use alt dns master is a tool for that, and you can download that tool from this link, the GitHub link. So the command is also I wrote there. So let me just go there. See, first of all I have to copy that file cp sub brute force / ms.txt to alt dns master /. Okay, let's go to this alt dns, and there's a ms.txt. Now what I will do, the command is right now this one, / alt dns py, then I'll give -i, I'll give subdomains list, then I'll give -o and output. So I'll give data ms, then I'll give -w, and then I'll give, let's say, words.txt. After that I will give -r -s, and then I'll give ms output.txt. okay, let's go there. And I have to also increase the thread. So for threads I'll give -t, let's say 100. Let's try this now. So see this, we are getting the subdomains. See this, these are the subdomains of subdomains. As you can see this now, the office.com have this one, devops.org. The live.com also have this one. Yes, can see this. So this is called, so we are getting more targets, more opportunities, more fun. Yes. So yeah, so this is one way to find subdomains of subdomains. There is also another way to find subdomains of subdomains. For that, let me open a new tab, cd space. Okay, for that I have to kill that subroot, but I'm not going to kill that. Let me use one more time, cd space downloads is, I'm already there, cd space subroot. No, okay, so I already in subroot. Now what I will do now, I'll run that file one more time. So let's say /subroot.py, then I'll give hyphen, t for target list. So T, and there, do I already have the Microsoft.txt? Yes, I already have. I'll create one more cp. I already have. Okay, so /subroot.py, then I'll give hyphen t and then ms.txt, and I'm not writing into file because I want to show you. Okay. Because if you're giving ms.txt, just wait. If you'll see, let's try cat space ms.txt. These are the subdomains over there in that file. Now I think I have give some C for threads. Let me also give some threads here. There also. Okay, so hyphen C for, let's say, 60 threads. And this is still running. This is alt DNS way. Another way to see this, msn.com have also this one. Yes. So this is a subdomains of subdomains. Yes. You can see this 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 depth is over there. Yes. And this is one way. So I am getting a subdomains of subdomains right now. Yes. See this. Okay. Okay. I gave the large number of threads, so it's doing faster. Oops. See this, I'm getting continuous. See this, windows.net, I also have this one. Yes. So we found the target. This is all about finding subdomains of subdomains. So I hope this is clear to you. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to talk about finding subdomains of subdomains. So basically why I'm doing this, because I have to find all the subdomains of subdomains to increase my target list. So for that I will use this command. It's a subroot.py command, so I'll use that command. Okay, then I'm giving hyphen C for DNS lookup threads, then I'm giving hyphen T for target lists, and then writing into a new subdomain.txt file. So let's do this now. For that I'll open the terminal now. So the command is this one, subroot.py hyphen C, and I already have the file ms.txt. Why I'm showing you this file, let's say ms.txt. Let's see this now. So I have a file ms. Let's go to downloads. I have file ms.txt. Let's open with Sublime, and you can see this now. In that subdomains list, I have almost 1200 subdomains of Microsoft now. Hello friends, so I'm going to talk about SQL injection today. So in previous course, I taught you up to lesson 17. Now we'll see some advanced vectors, advanced filter bypassing techniques. So I'm going to the advanced now. There is a basic injection. Let's click on the basic injection, advanced injections. So we'll start from lesson 23. The first thing is strip comments. We are talking about gate-based, error-based strip comments. So let's go there now. Obviously this is a lab, so they are asking for you have to give input as id. Okay, so I will give question mark id equal to 1. Now just ignore this error, okay. Now you can see this is the data. Yes, id equal to have this is data. If I have to check the error, the first step is I can give backslash. Now I got an error. The error is you have an error in your SQL syntax and we got single quotes. That means they are using single quote now. So here situation may be something like this. Yes, situation may be something like this. Select content. I'm assuming the situations where id equal to maybe in single quote. Yes, so id is in a single quote now. Perfectly all right. Now I'm trying to balance this. So I'll remove this single quote. Now I will balance this. So I'll use, let's say, single quote and minus plus to balance this. But the problem is this, I'm not able to balance this. So maybe the situation will be, so basically strip comments. Strip comments means they are filtering the minus plus. That means you cannot make it comment. So I cannot make it comment. Yes. So basically I cannot make this comment because right now the situation is this one. Yes, let's say 1 and this single quote. Now, and what I'm trying to do here, I'm giving single quote and minus plus. But the problem is I'm not able to make it comment because they are filtering this. So if they are filtering this, how are we gonna make it comment? So for that, the best part will be, see, I can also use something like this. Instead of this, this minus plus, I can use, let's say, or single quote A equal to single quote A. So you can see this, I'm providing a true value. Either this will be true or maybe this is also true. Yes. So I'm providing these two values. So maybe this will work. Let's try that. So single quote will be there obviously. After that I'm giving okay. Now then I'm giving, let's say, here or, and then I'm giving single quote A equal to single quote A. Let's try this now. Yeah, it's balanced. Yeah, see this, we haven't got any error now. So we balanced successfully. Yes, we done correctly. Yes, it balanced perfectly all right. So what we use right now, we have used single quote or, then I have given single quote A equal to single quote A. Why? Because they already have one single quote in background. Yes. Now there is another way to balance this also. The one way we'll be balancing this is this one. Let's say single quote 1 is there and single quote is there. Now if I have to balance this, I can also use single quote for this. Now after that I can give single quote A, so this will be true. So I'm passing two characters here. So you can also balance something like this. So maybe you can balance this also. 1 single quote A. So you can use also this to balance this. Let's try that. single quote A. Yeah, see this, it's balancing. Now if it's balancing, then for second goal will be find total number of vulnerable columns, and you also know for that you have to use order by. So I'm using order by, let's say 1, but the problem is when I'm using order by 1, it's not working. So maybe they are filtering the order by. So if they are filtering the order by, what we can do? So I can do, let's say, order. I can directly try union now. Yes, I'm directly trying union all select. Okay. So if I'm directly try union all select, let's say 1, the problem is now they are giving one error. The error is the used select statement have different number of columns. So what I have used here, I used this one, the union all select one, and they giving this uh, the use select statement have different number of columns. That means they don't have one column, they have more than one columns. So if they have more than one column, I have to 1 comma 2. Let's try that. So I'm trying here, let's say 1 comma 2. Problem is again they are giving the use select statement have different number of columns. That means they have more than 2 columns also. So I'll try 1 comma 2 comma 3 now. Let's try this. 1 comma 2 comma 3. Perfectly all right. It's worked now. Yes, there is no error. Now I can make this minus or invalid. Yes, this. So I'll make 0. See this? Some error. Okay. 0 single. Okay. Perfectly all right now. Yes. So basically what I have done, I have to make this value invalid. Yes. So let's make it 0. You can see. So we have got 2 and 3. Now we can execute any database query over there. So let's say database function. See, we got the database name. So this is called which vulnerability? Strip comments. Okay. So basically we have seen the error based strip comments. Thank you so much. We'll see next vulnerabilities, that is all basically. Yes, we'll see. Hello friends, so now I'm going to talk about error based all your or and belong to us. That means they are filtering or and word. So basically in this case what they are doing, they are filtering this or word and word. That means you will not you cannot use this or and word in any of the SQLi statements. So let's try now. Again I have to give input as parameters, id as parameter, so id equal to 1. So I gave id equal to 1. Now perfectly all right. If I have to check the it's vulnerable or not, I can use this backslash. Let's try that backslash. So I'm using a backslash and I got an error. The error is they are using single quote. Yes, I perfectly got an error. They are using single quote. Now I have to if I have to balance this, I can use single quote minus plus. Let's try this. So if I'm trying, let's say single quote minus plus to balance this, yeah. So you can see this now, it's balanced perfectly all right. Yes, we balanced correctly now. Now the second things we have to do is I have to check total number of columns. Yes, I have to find total number of columns. So for that I have to use order by 1. So let's try this. So if I'm trying order by 1, the problem is now they are filtering the or word. They are filtering the or word. You can see this. So if they are filtering the or word, we cannot use order by. So we can use union now. Yes, because we know that in union there is no or and word. So I can use union all select. Let's try this. And then I'll give some, because I don't know total number of vulnerable columns. So I will use union all select 1. Let's try this. So instead of this, I'll try union space all space select 1. See, so I got some error. The error is the used select statement have different number of columns. That means they don't have one column, they have more than one column. So I'll increase this 1 comma 2. Let's try this. 1 comma 2. Okay, again the used select statement have different number of columns. So I'll try 1 comma 2 comma 3. Perfectly all right now. So I have to make this value invalid now. Yes, because if I want output of this 1 2 3, I have to make this value invalid. So I'll put 0 there. Let's try this now. Perfectly all right. We got 2 and 3 is reflecting. Now you can execute any database query over there. So database function, you can see this now. See, we got the database name security. Yes. So this is about how to bypass if they are using, let's say they are filtering or and what we can use union. Yes, and we'll see what if he will filter union also. We'll see later. Okay. Thank you so much. Hello friends. So now we'll see lesson 25A. What? Lesson 25A. So let's try this. I have to give again question mark ID equal to 1. I have to, if I have to check the one, it's vulnerable or not, what I have to use? I can use backslash. So I'll use, let's say, backslash. So if I'm using a backslash, see what's happening. I got an error, but the problem is here that I'm not getting actual error that they are using single quote or they are not using single quote or they are using double quote. So in that case, what I have to do, I will use single quote. If I will get an error or content is hiding by single quote, then they are using single quote. Okay, so let's try that. So I'm trying, let's say, single quote, but the problem is now content is hiding. Yes, so that means they are using single quote. Yes, now, and if I have to balance this, I can use, let's say, minus minus plus. Let's try this first. So I'm using, let's say, single quote minus minus plus, but the problem is now it's not balancing. Yes, I'm not able to balance this. So I may try, let's say, double quote. It's not balancing. Let's try single quote closing. It's not balancing. Let's try double quote closing. It's not balancing. So maybe they are using a space. So that means, see, I tried everything. I tried this one. I tried this one. I tried this one. It's not balancing. So that means they are using a space simply. So let's use a space. Yeah, perfectly all right. We got the content. Now I have to use here, let's say, order by. First of all, let's say order by 1. Let's try this. So I'm using here, let's say, order by 1. The problem is now they are filtering the OR word, so we cannot see this. They are filtering the OR word. So I will directly try union here. Yes, as you already know the union concept, I will try union all select 1. Now the problem may be that they don't have one column here. They may have more than one columns. Yes. So I will increase this 1, 2. Let's try this 1, 2. Let's say 1, 2. The problem is again now they don't have only 2. They may have more than 2 columns. So I'll try 1, 2, 3 now. It's perfectly all right now. We have got 1, 2, 3 now. If I have to make this value invalid, I'll put it, let's say, 0. See this, we got 2 and 3 is reflecting. Now I can execute any database query over there. Let's say database function. Perfectly all right, we got the database name. So this is all about lesson 25A. Thank you so much. Hello friends. So now I'm going to talk about all your spaces and comments bring to us. That means they are filtering what? They are filtering the comments and a space. So they are filtering the space and comments. So basically they are filtering minus minus plus and they are filtering the spaces. So how are we gonna bypass this? We'll see this. Okay. So first let's open this 26 now. Lesson 26. I have to give question mark ID equal to 1 to balance this. I'll copy this URL in the notepad. So okay. Now I'm giving a backslash, the first way to identify this vulnerability. And what's happened? Nothing happened. So that means backslash is not working. So I have to try with single quote. Yes. So if I'm trying with single quote, if I'll get any kind of error, that means they are using single quote. So let's try single quote. Yes, I got an error. The error is you have an error in your SQL syntax and they gave me error. That means they are using single quote. If they are using single quote, I have to balance this now. So let's minus minus plus to balance this. But problem is now it's not balancing. So if it's not balancing, I have to use what? I can use this one. Yes, the situation is right now ID equal to, this is in single quote. Yes, and the 1 is there. Yes. Now so minus minus plus is not working as we know that. So I'll use single quote and then single quote A to balance this. So let's try this now. So if I'm trying to balance this, see, it's balanced. Yes, we balanced perfectly all right now. So so basically instead of this minus minus plus, I use single quote A to balance this. Now I balance perfectly all right. Now I have to use union. Yes, or maybe order by, whatever. Let's try union now. So I'm trying union all select, let's say, space 1. See this now. If I'm trying, let's say, union space all space select space 1, the problem is now you can see this now. If you observe this, the union all select comes as a single word. That means they are blocking the space. They are filtering the space. So they are filtering this space. So I cannot use a space now directly. So instead of a space, I have to use percent A0. Okay. So you can see if you have to bypass a space, instead of a space, use percent A0. So let's try this now. So what I will do, instead of all spaces, they said, let's example there is the spaces. So single quote percent A0. Let's copy this. There also percent A0. Percent A0, perfectly all right now. After select there is also a space, so I'll give percent A0. Now it's perfectly all right. Let's try this now. So if I'm trying this, yeah, it's perfectly, no, it's not okay, it's perfectly all right, and we got an error. The used select statement have different number of columns, obviously, because we have used one, so I have to increase this one. Let's say 1, 2. So let's say 1, 2, perfectly all right. Again I'm getting an error. So the error is, again, the use select statement have different number columns. So I'll try 1, 2, 3 now. Perfectly all right now. We got yes. Now I have to make this value invalid, so I'll put 0 over there. Now in any of the number, I will, let's say database function. Yeah, see this, we got database, yes. So this is a way to bypass space filtrations. So I hope it's clear. Thank you. So now I'm going to talk about 26A for SQLi. Again, it's spaces and comments belong to us. That means they are blocking spaces and comments. Let's see. Let's try this 26A. So perfect, all right. 26A. I have to give question mark ID equal to 1. Okay. Now I'm simply giving a backslash. So if I'm giving a backslash, I am getting nothing. So that means, let's try with single quote. I gotten content is hiding. That means they are using single quote. Yes, it's maybe they are using single quote. Yes, I don't know. So maybe they are using single quote. So let's try to balance this minus plus. Okay. As they already said to you that they are blocking comments, they are filtering the comments. So I have to use this method. Yes. So let's try the single quote and the single quote A. Perfectly all right. We balance this. Yes. So we balance this now. Now I will use union over there. So let's say union space all space select space 1. Okay. So what happened now? So I have used union space all space select space 1. But the problem is there still content is hiding. That means they are not using one column. They may have more than one column. So I'll try 1, 2. Okay, or maybe it's possible that they are filtering the spaces. So I have to use all the spaces with what? Percent A0. So let's use all the spaces with percent A0. Okay, now let's try this. So if I'm trying this now, let's see this now. The problem is now again, the union is coming, all is coming, select is coming, 1, 2 is coming. So maybe they may have more than 2 columns, so I'll try 1, 2, 3. But it still is the same now. Now the situation is here right now. So we have assumed wrong now. So right now the situation is something different and we have assumed something terrifically wrong. So right now the situation was something like this: select and then content means display something where ID equal to, that was not in single quote, that was in single quote, sorry, this one. Okay, and what we have assumed single quote, that they are using single quote. So then your question will be why they fixed this. So why we got the content back? Because see, because when we use, let's example this. So when we assumed single quote, see this now. Actually the background was this one, yes, and now we have assumed that they are using single quote. So what we have give single quote. then we have given here single quote A. So you can see this now. That's why they delivered you the content of this one. But actually we are trying wrong here. Yes, we have to do this and then we have to do this. Yes. So let's try this. I just have to make some modifications. Single quote closing, and here I have to give open parenthesis single quote. Let's try this now. So if I'm trying this now, let's try this. Okay. One union all select. Okay, we have to increase this 1, 2, 3. Let's try this. Okay. Single quote closing is there, union is there, all is there, select is there, 1, 2, 3 is there, and I'm trying. Okay. So the problem is now they are taking this single quote A as a fourth character. So I have to do 1, 2, 3. I'll make 3 something like this. Okay. Let's try this. Perfectly all right now. Yes. Now I'll make this value invalid now. So let's make it value invalid. So id equal to 1 to 0. Let's try this. Perfectly all right. We got 2 and 3. Now we can execute any database query on any of the number. Let's say to database function. See this? We got the database name security. Yes. So thank you so much. So now I'm going to talk about lesson 27. So as they are telling you that all your union and select belong to us, that means they are blocking, they are filtering union and select word. So they are filtering union and select word. So we'll see this. Okay. So let's try this. So if I'm trying, let's say 27. Okay, perfectly all right now. So first of all, we have to give what? I have to give question mark id equal to 1 and then backslash to identify it's vulnerable or not. Let's try this. So as you can see this, I got an error. That the error is also giving you the hint that they are using single quotes. So they are using single quote. Now I have to balance this, so I may use single quote minus plus. Let's try to balance this. It's balancing or not. Let's try this. See this. So you can see this, it's not balancing because they are filtering the minus plus. So if they are filtering the minus plus, I can use something like this, single quote A. Let's try this now. Perfectly all right now. We balanced it successfully. Yes. Now I have to use union. Yes. Let's try this. I'm using union all select. Let's say 1. Or let's try this union all select. But here the problem is now the union is not coming, even select is not coming. So they are filtering the union what? So what we can do, we can use this obfuscation method to bypass this. So basically it's nothing, it's just a symbolic exchange, you can say. Okay, make a small to capital, capital to small, something like this. Yes. So I'm making U is a small, N as a capital, I is small, O small, and capital. You can make something like union. Then there's all. Let's all is not filtering, so I'll make it same. They're filtering select word, so I'll S E capital, L small, E C T select. Let's try this. If I'm able to bypass this or not, let's try this. So what I'm doing here, basically I'm making one character capital. Let's select. See this, I'm able to balance this or not. Let's filter the bypass this or not. Let's see this. You can see this now. We bypassed successfully. You can see this, union is there, all is there, select is there, perfectly all right, but there is no space. So that means they are also filtering the space. So as you already know, I have to bypass space with %A0. Let's try with %A0. %A0. Let's try this now. And there also %A0. Now, as you can see, the used select statement have different number of columns. We have given only one column, that is single quote A. We have given A as a character. Okay, so I can try something like this. Yes, let's say comma 1. Let's try this. So I'm passing two columns right now, one and single quote A. I'll also make it, let's say, 2 comma something like this. Yes, let's try this now. Yeah, perfectly all right now. You can see this now. So I'll make it, let's say, 0, and then 1 and A is reflecting. So 1 is there, yes. So I can execute in database query there, yes. Let's say database query there, because you cannot execute any query over there because this will be characters. Okay, so it will reflect directly. For example, if you execute the user function, it will only reflect you. So let's try this now. Sorry. Yeah, see this now. Okay, I think I have done something now. Okay, make it 0. Yeah, see this, it's reflecting as a character because third character we have passed in as a character, yes, but second character is reflecting perfectly all right. So this is all about lesson 27. Thank you. Now I'm going to talk about 27A. Again, it's all your union and select belong to us. So let's try this. First of all, I have to give question mark ID equal to 1 now. Second, we have to identify vulnerabilities. So for that, we can use backslash. So if I'm using a backslash, let's say this. So content is hiding. That means it's vulnerable. But I don't know if they are using single quote, or they may use double quote, or they are using single quote closing or double quote closing. So I will try to use, instead of backslash, I will use single quote. If I will get content hide, or maybe we'll get SQL error, that means they are using single quote. Let's try this. So if I'm using single quote, I haven't got anything. So that means content is not hiding basically. So they are not using single quote. Let's try double quote. So you can see this, when I use double quote, content is hiding. That means they are using double quote. Now I have to balance this, so I'll use minus minus plus. Let's try this. So minus minus plus, but it's not balancing. That means they are filtering the comment. So I'll use double quote A this time. Yes, let's try this. Double quote A, and you can see this, it's balanced perfectly all right. Now I have to use here union. So I'll use union all select then 1. Let's try this, or maybe just let's try this, union all select. So if I'm using this union all select, let's see this, what's happening over there. Nothing. Or you can see the hint. The problem is now here, they are filtering the union and select word. So I have to use obfuscation methods. I already told you, you can make it something like this. Yes. So I'm going to make it N is capital and E also capital. Now let's try this now. The problem is now it's coming as a single word. That means they are filtering a space also. If they are filtering a space, we can use what? %A0. Let's try this %A0 now. So all also %A0, %A0, perfectly all right. You can also use %A0 over there. Now let's try this now. Okay, perfectly. Union is there, all is there, select is there, but I think we are passing only one character, that is A. So one column as A. So I can do something like this, 1 comma 2 comma this one. Okay, let's try this now. Perfectly all right. Now we can see this. Now its content is also coming. So now I can make this ID equal to 1 to invalid. So I'll put 0. Perfectly all right. 2 and A is reflecting, so we can execute any database function over there. Let's try this. Yes, perfectly all right. We got database name. Thank you. Now we'll talk about 28. So again, it's all your union and select belong to us. Let's try this. So as you already know, we have to give input as parameters. So let's try this now. sorry, let's go back. Where is my sublime? There is. Okay, so let's try this. So question mark ID equal to 1. I have to give backslash first of all. So if I'm giving a backslash, let's see this, what's happening. Okay, I got content is hiding, but I'm not sure what they are using. So if I'm trying, let's say single quote now, content is even hiding. Now I'm giving you a few situations here. Now see this. I know that they are filtering union and select. Let's see this now. Situation may be here something like this: select content where id equal to maybe in single quote maybe, or maybe in this one. Okay, why? See this. If I will give here, let's say if I am giving here, let's say single quote, it's also giving me error. Yes, because they are fixing this. Yes, and they will give you the error. So I'm not able to guess it between these two. Okay, so I'll first assume that they are using single quote. So let's assume I'm assuming they are using single quote A. Now I will use union all select. Okay, and again I know that they are filtering this union word, so I'll make it something like this. Now I know that they are filtering a space also, so I'll make it, let's say %A0. Perfectly all right. Perfectly all right. Now we have given everything. Now let's try this now. If I'm trying this now, let's see this. So union is coming, all is coming, select is coming, and we have only passed one column. So maybe they have more than one column. So I'll try, let's say 1 comma 2 comma. Yes, because we know that they are using 3 columns because this is a lab. So let's try this now. Now see this, we tried everything perfectly all right, but it's not working. That means they are not using single quote, they are using single quote, or see something like this. Oh, yes, they are using this one, second situation. So I have to also make it single quote closing here, and then I have to also get open parenthesis and single quote. So why I'm giving this one, let's see this now one more time. See this situation is right now this one, id equal to this one. Yes, and I have to balance this. So what I'm doing here, I'm giving single quote closing, then I'm giving open parenthesis at last. Yes, see this, so it's balanced now. Yes, that's why I'm using something like this. Okay, let's try this now. If I'm trying this now, okay, perfect, all right, you can see this, it's balanced correctly. We got and content is coming back, we have given correct columns here. Now I have to make this value invalid. Which value invalid? The id equal to 1 value should be invalid. Okay, let's try this now. Perfectly all right. Now see this 2 and A. So this is a way to do this SQL injections. Let me make it database function. Okay, perfectly all right. Now thank you so much. Now again, it's a situation is again same, all your union and select belong to us, but there may be something new. So let's try 28A. So I'm trying lesson 28A now. So simply right click, open link in new tab. Okay, now I have to give question mark id equal to 1. Perfectly all right. If I have to check it whether it's vulnerable or not, so I have to give backslash. Let's see this now. If I'm backslash, so I got an error, but the problem is now I'm not getting they are using single quote or they are using double quote, or maybe they are using single quote closing. So I'm assuming that they are, let's try with single quote first of all. Okay, do not assume anything first of all. I use single quote now, so if I'm using single quote, they gave me error, content is hiding. So now again we have two situations now. Either there will be something like this single quote, or maybe something like this open parenthesis and single quote. Yes, so I'm assuming single quote now. Single quote A I will try. In between I will try union all select, then I'll try 1, or maybe let's, okay, now again we know that they're filtering union, so I'll try union all E capital. Now again we know that they are filtering the space, so I'll use %A0 with all the spaces, %A0, %A0. Let's try this. Again the problem will be something like this, that see everything is fine now. Union is there, all is there, select is there, but maybe they don't have one column. They may have more than one column. So I will also increase this 1 comma 2 comma this one. Let's try this. Again the problem is now, see we have tried right now everything perfectly all right, but the problem is now I'm not getting contents. That means they are not using single quote. That means they are using single quote closing. Here I have to give open parenthesis and single quote. Let's try this now. Yes, see this, we got that. Now I have to make this value invalid. Which value? The id equal to 1 value to get the content of select 1 2 3. Yeah, see this 2 and a is reflecting. So let's say 2 database function. See this, it's a security. Yes, see this, we got that. Thank you. Now I'm going to talk about lesson 29. They are saying this is protected by world's best firewall. Okay, so I don't know, let's try. So first of all I have to give backslash first of all. Okay, so if I'm giving a backslash, see what's happening. I got an error. The error is you have an error in your SQL syntax and it gives me id equal to 1, and they are using single quote now. So I'll use single quote minus plus. Perfectly all right, it's worked perfectly all right. Now so single quote minus plus. Now I can use there the union. Let's say union space all space select space 1. Let's try this now. So if I'm using this, the used select statement have different number of columns. That means they don't have one column. So I'll try 1 comma 2 comma 3. Let's try this. See this, we got perfectly all right. I have to make this value 0. See this 2 and 3 is reflecting. I can execute any database query over there. Let's say database function. Yes. So thank you so much. Now I'm going to talk about lesson 30 of SQLite dump series. Now again I have to give id as input parameter. So question mark id equal to 1. Now if I have to check it's vulnerable or not, I have to use backslash. So I used backslash, and what happened over there, they were hiding the content. So perfectly all right, they are hiding the content. Now if let's simply use single quote minus plus to balance this, so it's balanced perfectly all right, it's balanced. Now if it's balanced, I can use let's say a union all select let's say 1. Perfectly all right, let's try this now. Okay, so that means it's not balanced correctly, because we know that they don't have one column, they have more than one columns. So the problem is right now I think we have guessed correctly, they are not using single quote, so they may using double quote. Let's try with double quote now. So if I'm using let's say double quote, okay, perfectly all right, they're hiding the content. That means they don't have one column. So I'll try 1 comma 2. Again perfectly all right. I will try 1 comma 2 comma 3 now. Yes, see this, it's worked perfectly all right. Now I'll make this id equal to 1 2 let's say 0. 2 and 3 is reflecting. Now in any, I'll execute any database query over there. Let's try this now. See this. Now I'm going to talk about lesson 31. Okay, so again I have to give id as input parameter because this is a lab. So question mark id equal to 1. I have to give backslash. Let's try this to identify SQL injection vulnerability over there. I got an error. The error is that they are using double quote closing. Okay, so if they are using double quote closing, I'll use simply double quote closing, then minus plus, and in between minus plus I can use union all select 1. Let's try this. Okay, perfectly all right, and you can see the used select statement have different number of columns. That means they don't have one column, they have more than one. Let's try this. So I'll try 1 comma 2 now. Again the same problems. That means they have more than 2 columns. So I'll try 1 comma 2 comma 3 now. Perfectly all right. Now you can see this. Now I have to make this value invalid, so I'll put 0. See this 2 and 3 is reflecting, so I can execute any database query over there. Let's try this. Yes. Thank you. Now lesson 32. It's important now because there is bypass custom filter adding slashes to dangerous character. So basically, whenever you will give some dangerous input characters, they will add a slash. How? Let's see this. They will add a custom slash over there. So see this now. I have to give question mark ID equal to 1. If I'm trying this, perfectly alright. But in, see this, perfectly alright, they're displaying the content also. Okay. Now I'm ID equal to 1. Let's try backslash over there. So you can see this. Whenever I'm adding some illegal characters, they are also adding one custom add slashes. So I have to bypass these add slashes anyhow, because if I'm using, let's say, single quote over there, they will also add one add slash, custom add slash. So this is today I'm going to talk about. See, now I'm going to talk about bypassing add slashes. What I'll be talking about now, bypass add slashes. So how to bypass? See, right now the situation is what now? If you will give ID is 1 now, if you will give single quote there, in background they will add something like this. If you will give double quote over there, then in background they will add double quote, something like this. So we have to bypass, anyhow we have to bypass this add slashes, So how are you gonna bypass? So what I'm going to use is, after 1 I'll use beta. I'll use beta to bypass this add slashes. So beta is used to bypass add slashes. But problem is, now in our keyboard we don't have beta. So instead of beta, we can use the URL encode of beta. So URL encode of beta will be %df. So I will use %df to bypass add slashes. So let's try this now. So let's try %df. So we have bypassed add slashes now. Now after followed by %df, so after %df we can give any illegal characters. For example, after %df I'll give, let's say, single quote. So if I'm giving, let's say, single quote over there, let's see this. See this, I'm getting an error. The error is you have an error in your SQL syntax, and that means they are using single quote. If they are using single quote, I'll use minus plus to balance this. So let's try to balance this now, minus plus, and you can see it's balanced perfectly all right. Yes. Now in between this I can use union all select, let's say, 1, because I don't know how many columns, so I'll use this one only. Let's try this now. You can see the used select statement have different number of columns. That means they don't have one column, they have more than one column. So I have to increase this, let's say, 1 by 1, 1 comma 2. They don't have 2 columns, they have more than 2 columns. So I'll use 1 comma 2 comma 3 now. Let's try this now. Perfectly all right. Now we got that. Now I have to make this value invalid. Which value? I have to make this 1 as 0, so it will execute the other part of union. Perfectly all right. 2 and 3 is reflecting. Now I can execute any database query on this 2. Let's say database function. Yes. Thank you. Again, I'm going to talk about bypass add slashes, lesson 33. Open link in new tab now. Okay, so I'll give, let's say, question mark ID equal to 1. Perfectly all right. Now if I'm giving single quote, now the problem is now they are adding one back add slashes. So if I have to bypass this, I will use %df, as you already know. So %df, yes. Now then I'll give, let's say, single quote. Yes, I got an error. That means they are using single quote now. So I already have the payloads. Let's try this. ID equal to single quote. Let's try this now. Copy this. See this 2 and 3 is reflecting now. I can execute any database query on this, any of the reflected number of columns. See this, perfectly all right. Hello. So now I'm going to talk about post-based bypassing add slashes. So let's open this now. This is a post-based. So I have to attack in the username field, maybe in the password field. If I'm trying backslash in the username, you can see it's adding one more slashes. So basically there is a add slashes filtration. So what if I'm using single quote? Now you can see they are also adding. So what I will do, simply I'll capture this request into Bubsuit. So I'll give A, then I'll give, let's say, anything test. Let's capture this request into Bubsuit. So intercept is on, submit. So I captured this request into Bubsuit. Let me send this to repeater. Perfectly alright. Now go to repeater, click on go. So if I'm making this request, see what's happening, what response I'm getting from the server. Let's see this. The username and your input is escaped, okay, as well as the important thing we are getting here is nothing, okay, just they are displaying only image over there. Now what if I'll give, let's say, there's %df. Let's try this now. If I'm giving %df, see what's happening over there, nothing, but they are escaping the add slashes. Yes, because earlier if you are using, let's say, here single quote, see what's happening. If I'm using a single quote, they are adding add slashes. Now if I'm using a %df or %af, %bf, you can use anything, okay, they're escaping this add slashes. Now I will use, let's say, backslash. Let's try this, and I got to know, okay, so I haven't got any kind of error that they are using single quote or that they are using double quote. So in that case, let me guess by single quote minus space. Let's try this. Yes, perfectly alright, it's coming single quote space. Now let's try there. If I'm trying here, let's say order by 10, see what's happening over there. Order by 10 is giving, yes, there is unknown column 10. So that means 10, let's say order by 1. Yes, order by 1 is delivering this image. So now I will try, let's say, order by 3. If I'm trying order by 3, so unknown column 3. So let's try order by 2. Okay, 2 is there. Yes, now if 2 is there, I can use, let's say, union all select 1 comma 2. Let's try this 1 comma 2. If I'm trying this 1 comma 2, your login name is 1 and your password is 2. They are displaying the content of this 1 and 2. So in any, you can execute any database query, and there you can see, you will get to know the database name is security. Yes, thank you so much. This is all about this vulnerability. So now I'm going to talk about lesson 35. Again, this is the same lab, so I have to give question mark id equal to 1 as a normal. Now you can see it's delivering the content. Let's try there a backslash. If I'm using a backslash, you can see I got an error, and the error also consists one more add slashes. Now we have two options here. Either we can bypass that add slashes by giving %df okay, directly giving unknown column. Let's try single quote minus plus, but I'm not able to balance that. Or rather, you can directly use, let's say, minus plus, it's balancing. Okay, you can also use, let's say, %df. Yeah, okay, it's why care for add slashes. You can say that's their title, why care for add slash. You can also use directly. Now I'll use, let's say, union all select 1. The used select statement have different number of columns. That means they don't have one columns, they have more than one columns. So I will try 1 comma 2. Now they have more than 2 columns, so I will try 1 comma 2 comma 3. Now you can see now I have to make this value invalid. Okay, 2 and 3 is reflecting. Now I can execute any database query over there. Now it's perfectly alright. We got the database name, that is security. Thank you so much. Hello friends, so now I'm going to talk about lesson 36 of dump series, SQLite dump series. So it's the same again. I have to give input as parameter with numeric value. So basically you complete this SQLite series. Okay, you will get to know more about SQL injection then. Okay. Okay, so perfectly all right now. Now I simply use, let's say, backslash, but nothing is happening over there. Let me simply try single quote over there. Nothing is again. Let me try double quote there. No error. Let me try single quote closing over there. Again, no error. Let me try double quote closing over there. Again, no error. But you can see they are adding one more add slashes. So we have to also bypass this add slashes. So I'll simply use, let's say, %df. Perfectly all right. There is no add slashes now. Now I may use, let's say, single quote. And if I use single quote, I got an error. That means they are using single quote. Let's do minus minus plus now. So it's balancing also. So let me explain you in an easy way what I have used here. I first gave %df to bypass the add slashes. After that I used single quote and they gave me an error. That means they are using single quote. Now I used minus minus plus to balance that. It's perfectly alright. Now I will use here union space all space select space 1 because I don't know how many columns are over there. So let's try this now. If I'm trying this, you can see this, the used select statement have different number of columns. So I'll increase it, let's say 1, 2. Let's try this now. Again, they don't have 2 columns, they have more than 2. So I'll try 1, 2, 3 now. Let's try this. Perfectly all right now. We got to know. Now I'll make simply this 1 to 0. This now we got 2 and 3. Now let's say instead of 2 I'll give database function over there. You can see we got security. Thank you. Hello friends, again it's a post based MySQL real escape string. Okay, the situation is this now right now. Okay, so first of all I will try, let's say, backslash. So I'm trying backslash, I got nothing. But maybe they are in real world, maybe they were adding add slashes. So what you do, simply you capture this request into Bubsuit first of all. So let's say test and test. So I'm going to capture this request into Bubsuit. Done, I captured. I'll right click, send this to repeater. Perfectly all right. In the repeater there's a test. I'll simply use backslash over there. If I'm using a backslash, see what's happening in background. The user you input is escaped as test double slash. So they are adding one more add slashes, but it's a hidden from front end. Okay, so if they are adding this one more add slashes, what I will do now, I'll use, let's say, %df. If I'm using %df, see what's happening over there. Yes, we bypass their add slashes. Now I will use, let's say, single quote. Let's click on go now. Okay, and we have got an error. See this? That means they are using single quote. Now let's make comment of other part. So I'm making comment of this. The password failed. Now let's try this now. Okay, it's perfectly alright. We bypassed. We fixed with the query. Now I'll use, let's say, union space all space select space 1 because I don't know how many columns over there. Let's try this now. If I'm using this, I got the used select statement have different number of columns. So let me simply increase this. I'll try, let's say, 1, 2 now. And then you can see this, your login with name is 1 and your password is 2. So we successfully bypassed that. Now I'll use, let's say, database function to get database name. And then you can see this, we got database name, that is security. This is all about lesson 37. Thank you. Now I'm going to talk about stack query SQL injection. What? So basically I'm going to talk about stacked query SQL injections. Okay, now stack query can give you many controls over the applications. Basically can give you what? The first will be, may give you the many control over target. Okay, first things, basically how stack query work, you can add new query to the existing query. Basically, For example, if they, let's example in the front end, if there is a, let's say id equal to 1 and they are displaying something, and let's examples in background they are executing, let's say select star from let's say content. I'm just assuming that they are using something like this where id equal to 1. So, and if let's say this, they are using this select statement for this id parameter 1. So by using a stack query, if there will be a stack query SQL instance, what you can achieve? So first you can achieve this one. So just give me control, just wait for a few seconds. Okay, so the first things you may get is so first things you can execute by this is, let's say this one, it's called user input. Okay, user input. So you can give user input. What does that mean basically? So you can, let's example, the situation is right now this one, what, the id equal to 1, where id equal to 1. Now you can just simply use semicolon to end the SQLi statement. So you can use semicolon to end the SQLi statement. After that you can start what, your query. Your query may be something like this. Yes, let's say what if you will use another query, let's say select star from content or whatever. Yes, or id. Yes, or you can delete all these parameters also if you'll do this. For example, if you got to know that they are using id parameter, you can simply use semicolon, then you can use, let's say delete from, and you can use let's say table name. Yes, table name. So this will be impact. This you can say a malicious user input. What? Malicious user input. Okay, if there will be a stack query injection possible, then okay, otherwise it's nothing. Okay, now let's see another attack possibility through a stack query. You can also alter data by using a stack query. There will be a stack possible, then you can also alter data. Now I'm going to talk about lesson 42. So again, it's a stack based, but it's a post based stack based. Okay, so it's a post based. So what I'm going to do now? Okay, in the username, if I'm trying a backslash, see what's happening. It's a very offensive message. Bug of silly. Okay, now. So what I'm trying now, I'm giving in username anything. In password, just give backslash. But apart from message, I got an error. The U So now I'm going to talk about lesson 43 now. It's the same, it's a stack based query injections now. So I'll simply capture this request into Bubsuit. So let me give you anything, let's say test user test pass, and I'll capture this request into Bubsuit. Perfectly alright, we captured. I'll simply right click, send this to repeater. Now simply click on go. If I'm clicking on go, see what's happening over there. It's nothing. Now what if I'll try a backslash in the username field? Let's try backslash, see what's happening over there. Nothing, it's nothing. What if I'll give single quote over there? If I'm using single quote, still I haven't got any kind of error. Maybe that parameter is not vulnerable. Maybe the login user will be not vulnerable. So we have to try their login password. Simply try backslash first. It's nothing. Okay, we got an error. See this? You can see this now. We got an error, and the error having single quote closing. That means they are using single quote closing. So I'll use single quote closing now. After that, minus space to balance this. Is it balancing? Yes, it's balancing. Now, if it's balancing, then I can use their union all select one. Why I used one? Because I don't know how many columns over there. So that's why I tried one. But you got an error. The used select statement have different number of columns. That means they don't have one columns. They have more than one columns. So I will try 1, 2 now. Again, same thing. Let's try 1, 2, 3 now. If I'm trying this, but you can see I haven't got any kind of content is reflecting. Let's say select 1, 2, 3. So if this is a stack query base, let's try stack injection over there. I'll simply break that query here by giving semicolon. After that, I may use update users set. This time I'm going to update, let's say, username. Set, let's say, username equal to single quote. I'll give test user. Perfectly all right. Now, after that, I'll give where ID equal to 1. Let's try this now. If I'm trying this now, let's click on go. So I don't know it's updated or not. See, it's updated. So I have the username test user and the let me update all the password also. So instead of username, you can give password. So click on go now. See this? Test user and the test user is a password. Then you can simply log in over there. Let's say test user space test. Sorry, test user is a password also. Perfectly all right. Yes. This is called stack query based injection. Thank you so much. Hello friends. So now I'm going to talk about lesson 44. That is again a stack query based SQL injection. So in username, see, I don't know if I'm giving a backslash, simply gave me an offensive message. So password, nothing is happening over there. So what I will do now, I'll capture this request into Bubsuit. So I'll use, let's say, hack. Let's capture this request into Bubsuit. So I capture this request into Bubsuit. Simply right click, send this to repeater. Now, in the repeater, I will first try on the, let's say, username. If I'm trying over there, let's say simply backslash. First I'll try normally, and there you can see it's a 898 bytes. Okay, perfectly. This is the content, basically 898 bytes of size of this content. I'll try, let's say, single quote. Now, is anything changing over there? Nothing. Let's try single quote minus my space. Is changing anything? Nothing. I'm trying blindly over there basically. So if I'm trying here, let's say, or 1 equal to 1. Let's try this now. See what's happening. Nothing over. Now what I'll try here, let's say union space all space, select a space 1. Nothing. I'll try 1 comma 2. Nothing. I'll try 1 comma 2 comma 3 now. Oh, perfect. Sorry. Nothing. Maybe this parameter is not vulnerable, the user parameter. Let's try on the password parameter. So I'm simply giving here single quote minus my space to try this first of all. Nothing happening over there. What I'll try, let's say, or 1 equal to 1. Yeah, see this now, it's a 1208 bytes. That means, and if I'm trying 1 equal to 2, 890C. So whenever I'm provided true value, it's a blind boolean based SQL injection. If it's a blind boolean based SQL injection, you can also use substring method. Substring, there you can give, let's say, database function, then you can give comma 1 comma 1, then you can comparison with A. You can see this now, A is not the first character, that's why the length is 898 bytes. If I'm trying S over there, yes, see this 120 bytes. That means the first character is S. Now perfectly all right. Now let me try the stack query based over there. Okay. So single quote is there. I'll use simply semicolon. Then I'll use update query, update users set password equal to single quote hacked. Okay. Now where ID equal to 1. So I'm updating my passwords where ID equal to 1. Let's try this now. Click on go browser. I'm simply opening 41 to check it's updated or not. It's updated. See this? This is called a stack query based SQL injection. Thank you. Now I'm going to talk about lesson 45. So again, I will capture this request into Bubsuit. So let's capture. I'll give anything, then I'll give anything to capture this request into Bubsuit. Perfectly all right. I'm going to capture this request. I captured. I'll simply right click, send this to repeater. Go to repeater. Now I'll simply give backslash over there. See, nothing is happening over there. I'll use single quote. Nothing. I'll try, let's say, double quote. Nothing. Okay. Let me simply try same thing over there in the password field. If I'm trying a backslash over there, nothing is. Let's try single quote. Nope. Single quote closing. Nothing. Okay. What if I'll try to balance this? Let's balance minus space. Is it balancing? Nothing over there. Let's try there. Let's say union space all space, select space 1. Or you can try, let's say, or 1 equal to 1. Okay. Let's try or 1 equal to 1. Or let's say 1 equal to 1. It's nothing. So maybe they are not using single quote. Let's try double quote. Nothing. Let's try single quote closing. Yeah. So they are using single quote closing and it's a blind boolean based. You can also use substring over there, but I'm trying here what stack query. So I'll simply break this query by giving semicolon. So it's break now. Then I'll use update query. Let's say update users set password equal to, let's say, single quote. I'll give there, let's say, stacked. Then I'll give where id equal to 1. Let's try this now. Okay. Now we'll check it's updated or not. I'll simply go to 41 listen id equal to 1. Let's try their sorry, yeah, it's updated. Yes, it's updated. Thank you. Hello friends. So I'm going to talk about now lesson 46. Okay, it's a new concept, new vulnerabilities. We'll see something new here. We'll see some advanced things over there. Now, please input parameter as sort with numeric value. So I'm giving here, let's say, question mark sort equal to 1, and I'm simply trying over there, let's say, backslash. If I'm trying a backslash, I can see I got an error. The error is you have an error in your SQL syntax. Now, let's try to balance this single quote minus plus. So I'm not able to balance this. You can see this now. It's not balancing perfectly. So let's try single quote and then hash. Still, it's not balancing. Yes, I'm not able to balance this. Yes. So let's try. If I'm trying, let's say, let's start simply double query, because I know that I am not able to execute any order by or union over there, so I can directly try there the double query. So I have the double query payloads from the previous course by using hackbar. Yes, let's try this. So I already copied. Now let's try this. Now if I'm trying there, let's say sort. Okay, there's some problem, maybe some hash problem or something. Let's try. Let's copy one more time. Okay, there is some problem. If I'm trying, let's say 1 over there. Now again there is some problem. So let's try user function over there. Okay, I don't know. User function, and then one more time. Okay, so I'm trying this now. Let's try this now. See this now, user function work perfectly all right, and we got root@localhost. So there you can try error-based double query payloads also. It's not only error-based double query, you can also try blind injection over there. So we know the conventional approach of blind boolean like single quote or 1 equal to 1, but today we'll try rand function. So rand function is for randomization. Okay, if I'm trying, let's say, you can try this rand function ASCII left and then database function, and then I'm doing 1. Okay, so the first character, and I'm comparison with the ASCII value of A, B, C, D, E caps. Let's try this now. See, if I'm trying this rand function, see, let's give hash over there. Perfectly all right. Now you can see this. Now they are displaying some content, but if you'll try, let's say 1 over there, it will display same content. So nothing is changing if I'm trying the ASCII value. What if I'll try, well, let's say 115? It's changed. That means the first character is this one. The 115, the reverse of, so basically 115, okay? And 115 is ASCII of S, yes? It's not only that you can make comparison with the ASCII. You can also make something like this code. The rand function ASCII left database function, comma 1, and then you can comparison with the ASCII. Let's try this now. So you can see the S is the first character, because if I'm trying, let's say A over there, it's the same. If I'm trying, let's say B over there, it's same. But if I'm trying S, something is changing over there. That means S is the first character. Now, it's not only blind Boolean. You can also try time-based SQL injection. So how? By using if query. So what if I use if query? If substring of version, comma 1, comma 1 means I'm comparison with the numbers. Let's say 4, because I know that version 5 is there right now. So let's try this now. If I'm trying over there now, simply see, it's not sleeping for 3 seconds. But if I'm trying, let's say this 4 to 5, basically if I'm trying this 4 to 5, it's sleeping for 3 seconds. You can see this, it's sleeping for 3 seconds. So this is called blind time based SQL injection. So it's not only that you can only use comparison of versions, okay? We can also get database by using something like this. Yes, let's say sort equal to 1 you can give, then you can make it, let's say, and if, okay, and query and then if, and then in that if you can give ASCII, let's say ASCII, and in that ASCII you can give substr, and in that substring you can give database functions, and then you can make it, let's say, comma 1, comma 1 for first character of first database, and then you can comparison with, let's say, ASCII, let's say 116, and then comma. So I have to give also null value. So let's give 0 is a null value. Then I will give sleep function. So if it's true, then sleep for 10 seconds, yes, or maybe 5 seconds. You can make it something like this, yes. Then you can give minus plus. So this will be the syntax. Let's try this. So if I'm trying over there, it's okay. It's sleeping for 10 seconds, 5 seconds, yes. No, there is okay. We have given the and word, and if maybe I have to give if as capital. Let's try this now. Okay, there's some problem. There is some problem with this, so I have to reset this database. So let's go back. Okay, setup. I'm not able to set up this. I guess we have to, let's restart my server. Okay, quickly. It will hardly take 1 second. Just wait. Because previously I used sleep command, so I think there was some procedure code. Okay, so it's continuously sleeping. Now let's try with it. Okay. Yeah, so let's go back. Okay, if I'm trying here, let's say 1 equal to 1, let's say 118, it's supposed to not sleep. Okay, why? I don't know why it's sleeping. I don't know. I think there is some problem. Okay, so I think we got to know that there can be either blind Boolean based, blind time based, or maybe error based double query also. Thank you so much. Thank you. So now I'm going to talk about again lesson 47. It's a new concept. Let's try this. So question mark id equal to 1. Sorry, not id. I have to give question mark sort equal to 1. Perfectly all right. Now, simply trying a backslash first of all, because I don't know which parameters they are using. I mean, they are using single quote or they are using double quote. If I'm trying this backslash, I got to know that they are using double quote. Yes. Let's try to balance this double quote minus plus. It's balancing now. If I'm trying over there, let's say union all select one, nothing is happening over there. That means there is some kind of problem. That means they are not using double quotes. Okay. Now I use single quote now, but again there is incorrect usage of union and order by. So what we're gonna do now? Let's try with the new concept of time blank boolean time based. So I'll use, let's say, and 1 equal to 1 minus plus. It's working. Yeah, it's working. What if I'll try 1 equal to 2? It's still working. So then I'll give, let's say, if 1 equal to 2. Okay. If I'm using if 1 equal to 2 is giving me some error, but what if 1 equal to 1? Okay, nothing. So in that case, I'm going to use something like this. If 1 equal to 1, then I will use, let's say, if it's true, then sleep. Yes, if it's true for then sleep. If 1 equal to 1, then you can do simply, let's say, sleep functions. Okay, but let's try this first of all. Okay. I know that we have the payloads for time based. If substring version equal to 1.5, then we can make it sleep. Yes. So you can make something like this also. Let's say this 1 equal to 1, then comma sleep. Yes, if it's true, then you can make it sleep. Yes, let's say sleep for how many? Let's say 5 seconds, and after that we can give, let's say, null value. Yes, null. So let's try to sleep this, and you can, okay, it's not sleeping for 10 seconds or whatever. Yes, 5 seconds. Yes, because there is some kind of problem. Yes. Now what if I use simply, let's say, substring function? Let's try this now. Okay, and you can see this now, it's sleeping for 5 seconds because the version I gave is 5, and that's why it's sleeping for 3 seconds. Yes. Now if I'll give version equal to, let's say, 3, it's not sleeping. It's not sleeping. That means there is a blind time based. What? Blind time based SQL injection over there. Okay. And then you know the concept that we can also make it comparison something like this now. I think how many of you heard about, let's say, uploading or web cell through SQL injection? So there are many options. The one option is called through auth file. So through auth file, how we gonna do this? It's very easy. Now I got to know that, let's try this, and single quote, and now single quote into, I want to write something into, say, into auth file. Then there, let's say, auth file, I'm giving where you want to write. I'm assuming that their server directory is this one, where www, and I'm going to write in SQLite-labs-master, and their lesson, which lesson 47, let's examples. Okay, and then I'm going to write, let's say, vikas.php. okay, I'm going to create a file vikas.php over there, and in that file I'm going to write, let's say, hacked by Vikas. Okay, and minus plus. Let's try this. Okay, but the problem is now there is some problem that I was not able to upload this. So maybe instead of this we can give something like this. Let's say if I'm trying over there, let's say hacked by Vikas, and then single quote anything. Okay, let's try this now. Again there is some problem. So into auth file is perfectly well. Double quote where www/SQLite-labs-master lesson 47. Now okay, let's try simply lines terminated. So I'm going to terminate it by, then I'm giving single quote, let's say Vikas, and then I'm giving minus plus over there. See this now? It's my query is working. Okay, so this query is working, but the problem is now that we don't have permission to write on server. So can't write it to a file. Basically, I don't have permission to write on server. So we can try this in any websites. Okay. Thank you. Now I'm going to talk about lesson 48 again. So basically, I'm continuing same series, SQLite dump series. So please, they are saying please input parameter as sort with numeric value. Question mark sort equal to 1. Okay, perfectly all right now. Now, let me first reset the database. Okay. So let me click on the set. Yes, is go back. Sort equal to 1 now. So if I'm giving a backslash over there, see what's happening? It's just hiding the content. So I don't know what they are using. So I'll simply use, let's say, single quote. Still the error is there. Let's try double quote now. The error is still there. So I'm not able to understand what they are using in background. Either they are using single quote or double quote or whatever. Yes. So I will try to balance this single quote minus plus. See this balancing or not. So it's not balancing. That means maybe they are using a space. Yes. If I'm trying a space minus, yes, it's balanced. Now, here we can again use, let's say, time based or maybe blind boolean based. Let's say for that I will use rand functions, and in that rand I may give, let's say, left command. Then in the left I may give database function, and then I'll, let's say, comma 1, the first character, and then I may, let's say, comparison with database, let's say ABCD, yes, and then minus plus. So this may be the one situation. If I'm trying this now, let's see this now. Is this working or not? So you can use either and, or maybe let's just remove this one. Okay. If I'm using this, see, they are displaying this content where I used A. Now if I'll try, let's say, S, see something, it's changing. That means S is the first character, because if I'm trying over B, it's not changing, it's the same content. But if I'm trying S, so it's changing. Now we got the first character. What about the second character? Here if you are using rand function, you cannot use 1, 2. In that case, what you have to use there, you have to make it 2, means you are comparing 2 characters now. So S is the first character, as we all know. Now I'll try A, okay, second character, something like this. So let's try this now. So rand left database to SA. So you can see nothing is changing. That means A is not the first character. If I'm trying, let's say, B there, nothing is changing. If I'm trying, let's say, C, it's not changing. If I'm trying, let's say, D, it's not changing. If I'm trying, let's say, E, it's changing. So SE, we got the second character also, that is SE. Now if you want, let's say, third character, what you can do over there, you can simply use this 2 to 3 and then SEC, something like that. Let's try this now. You can see this SEC, it's worked here perfectly all right. So this is a way to do this. Okay, thank you so much. Now I'm going to try lesson 49. It's a order by string blind. Okay, it's a error based string blind injection, that is order by clause. Let's try this 49. So again, same series. So I have to give sort equal to 1, perfectly all right. Now if I'm trying backslash over there, just content is hiding. So I don't know what they are using. Maybe let's try with single quote, content is hiding. That means they are using single quote. Yes. So let's try single quote minus plus. It's, yes, it's fixing. So we fixed the content. Now we have two options now. Either we can use here a blind boolean or a blind time based. So for blind boolean, I may use something like this. Yes, I may use something like this. Let's try to use this now. If I'm using this, okay, but problem is now here I have to use AND command, or yes, or maybe just remove everything. This is just use, okay. But problem is now it's not working right now. Yes, if you are giving, let's say, 1 over there, then single quote, still it will not work. Okay, let's try AND over there. Yeah, so it's working now, but is this working? As we know that the first character is S, let's try S now. It's nothing changing. That means if this blind boolean is not working, in that case we can use blind time based. How? It's very easy. We know that sort is equal to 1. They are minus plus. They are using single quote and minus plus. Now in between I may use and then if. if query, and if substring, let's say I will give substring, let's say version. If I want version, let's say 1,1, okay, then I'll comparison with, let's say, numbers 5, as we all know. After that comma I will give, then sleep functions, sleep for 3 seconds. If it will be true, then comma null. Okay, so this may be, let's try some wrong value first of all. Okay, I'm trying wrong value right now. Okay, so let's try this now. So you can see it's not sleeping because we haven't provided a true value. If I will provide a true value there, let's say 5, it's sleeping for 5 seconds or 3 seconds. So this is vulnerability. Now let's try, instead of version function, if I'll try, let's say, database function. Okay, database, then I can comparison with, let's say, A is not the first character. If I'm let's say S, yes, you can see it's sleeping for 10 seconds. So we can use time based also. If you want database, you just have to give database function over there. Then, and we have to give this in double quote, let's say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, something like this. Thank you. So now I'm going to talk about lesson 15 now. So lesson 15 is a stack query based injection. Okay, as you can, sorry, let's go back. It's a error based stack injection. So let's try this now. If I'm trying, they're saying please input parameter as sort with numeric value. So I'll give question mark sort equal to 1. If I'm trying backslash, I got an error that they are using single quote. So if I'm trying to balance this, I'm not able to balance this. If let's try the stack query base, I'll just simply try single quote now. After single quote, I may use something like this. Let's say update query. As you can see this now, if I'm trying sort equal to 1, these are the contents over there. So ID, username, and the passwords, these 3 columns are over there. Now what if I'll update this? Let's say update users set, or let's say username. Okay, set username equal to, I'll give there, let's say, offensive hunter. Then after that I'll give where ID equal to 1. Perfectly. All right, now let's give minus plus. Now you can see this. Now let's try this now. I want to see it's updated or not. You can see it's updated. Yes, the offensive hunter you got now. Now again, these have on total 15 columns, 15 entries. Yes, in this table, that is users table. So we can also insert over there stack query. How we can? It's called malicious user input, because we can insert some input over there. How? It's very easy. Sort equal to 1 is there. I may give semicolon over there. Then after that I use insert query. Insert yes, insert, you can say insert, yes, because insert users, and in that users there will be 3 parameters. One is ID, then is username, then there is a values, sorry, password, and then I'm giving a values, and in values I'm giving the first, let's say, numbers. Let's say the ID number is, let's say, 16. Let's give 16. Then I'll give, let's say, username offensive hunter. Then I'll give, let's say, password is, let's say, 1 2 3 4 5 6. That's it. Yes. So if I will try this, let's see this, what will happen then. So I'm simply trying this now. After this minus plus. Okay. Now let's see what's happened over there. See this? So basically we add one more entries into the databases, yes, by this stack query injection. That's it. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to talk about lesson 51. It's the same again, stack query injections. So same series, question mark sort equal to 1 now. Perfectly all right. Now we got the content. Now if I'm trying a backslash over there, content is hiding. Okay, perfectly. If I'm trying a single quote over there, even content is giving you error. Basically, yes, you have an error in your SQL syntax. That means it's vulnerable, by, and they are using single quote in background. Okay, so try to fix this. It's fixing perfectly all right now. Now, if I have to try there, let's say stack query injections. So let me tell you what you can achieve by stack query. Sometimes you can also able to create table name. How? It's very easy. It may be something like this: semicolon to end their query. Then you can execute, let's say create table, and you can give a table name. Let's say uh, the new users, and then you can give a like command like users. So basically I'm going to make a copy of this new users. Let's try this now. So if I'm trying here, let's say uh, semicolon to end their query. After that I'm giving there, let's say create, then table. After that table name, let's say I'm giving new users. After that like users, yes, and then semicolon. Perfectly all right. Now let's see this. Now they are added, so I'll use simply use security. Okay, then I'll give show tables. You can see this now, they added one more table, that is new users. If you will describe this table, let's say describe new users, see what's happening in background. See this, it's the same thing. Yes, now if you select star from new users, there is nothing into that right now. Yes, so you can write something into that. Now what you want to write over there, you can also insert something. How? The query will be insert into what? The new users. Yes, insert into new users, insert, let's say new users, then id, username, password, then you can give something like this. Yes, let's try this now. If I'm trying this now, see what's happening over there. Perfectly all that same, and then minus plus. You can see this now. I think I inserted something. Let's try this one more time. See this, there is one id, one value, and one password. So basically you will have a full control, more control over the applications if there is a stack query injections. Thank you so much. Or it's not only that you can create a table, you can also drop that table by, let's say, semicolon, then you can give drop, then table, and the table name, let's say new, then table name maybe, let's say new users, and then you can simply drop this. So let's try this now. So if I'm using this now, let's say single quote is already there, I'll give semicolon now. Let's try this now, then minus plus. Now you can see it's dropped, so the table is dropped right now. Okay, if I'll go back, okay, I think I used something. Okay, no, I dropped new users, but let me again go back. So tables, okay, see this, there is still new users. Yes, so okay, I gave two times. Okay, let's try this now. Drop table new users. Yes, see this now, it's dropped now. Yes, so this is a way to do this, a stack query based SQL injection. Hello friends, welcome back. So I'm going to talk about lesson 52 now. Again, it's a stack based injection. So let's open this. I have to give input question mark sort equal to 1 now. Perfectly all right now. So simply, okay, backslash, just hiding the content. So let me try single quote now. Nothing happening over there. I guess they are using space. So let's try with space minus plus. Perfectly all right. So they were using a space now. So we got to know that they were using a space now. If that is a stack query base, what we can achieve? I'll simply break this query first. After breaking, I may create a database. Let's say create table. Let's say the new table. Okay, like maybe I want, let's say, users. Okay, perfectly all right now. If I'm trying this now, see what's happening over there. So see there, show tables, nothing happened. Okay, there is some problem, I guess. So okay, create table like users. Okay, now if I'm trying this now, see, oh, see, perfectly all right now, new table is created now. And if I want to drop this table, how are you gonna drop this table? So you can simply use, let's say, something like this, drop table, and the table name, that's a new table. Perfectly all right. Let's try this now. Okay, So I guess the table is dropped. Let's see this now. It's dropped. Yeah, it's dropped. So basically you will have a more control over servers. So this is the last of the stack query based SQL injections. That is lesson 53. Okay, now let's open this. Again, it's the same series, so I have to give question mark short equal to 1. Perfectly, all right. Let's see backslash now. Content is hiding. That means it's a vulnerable. If it's vulnerable, I have to find which input characters they are using. Let's say maybe single quote, maybe double quotes. Let's try single quote. Content is even still hiding. That means they are using single quote. Single quote minus minus plus. Yes, balanced perfectly, all right. Now, so if it's a stack based, I can break this query. Let's say semicolon. I break that query now. I may use something like this. Let's say update or maybe insert query. Let's say insert what users, and in users table is something like this: ID, username, and then comma password. Perfect. Then the values will be, let's say 17. Then I'll give the new name. Then I'll give, let's say, the new pass. Okay, now semicolon to end this. Yes, so let's see this now. Okay, select star from users, and you can see this now. I added one more entries over there via stack query injections. So this is all about stack based SQL. So now we are last challenges. So we are going to talk about challenges now. So first challenge is only 10 queries allowed. So then how are you going to break this? So the objective of this challenge is you have to find a secret key from the database less than in 10 attempts, and then you have to feed over there. Okay, perfect. All right, let's try this. So I'm trying over, let's say question mark ID equal to 1. That is first things. Now the first step, I will not waste all time. I'll simply use, let's say backslash nothing. So maybe they are using a single quote. If I'm trying, let's say single quote, let's try union space all space select space 1 2 3 perfectly all at minus minus plus. If I'm trying this now, and you can see this now, okay, I made a mistake. I have to put it 0. Okay, then okay, perfect. All right, see this now. 2 and 3 is reflecting. Now if 2 and 3 is reflecting, I want to find, let's say table name first of all. So how are you going to find table name? So for table name, command will be something like this: select, then the command will be group concat, then there will be a table name. Okay, so I'm giving group concat table name, then from information underscore schema dot tables where table underscore schema equal to database function. Okay, so this is a query for what? Table name. Okay, the default table name retrieves. So if I'm trying now, let's click on copy this now. Okay, so in the 2 I'll fire this query to get, see this now, I got table name. The table name is this one. Let's copy this table. Okay, so I got the table name is this one. Now I have to find the columns now. So columns, see, as we already know what we have to do, we want what? Let's say we want only secret key. Yes, so we can directly try. Why I want all these things, session ID, whatever it is, I just want secret key. So because we already got the hint already. Yes, so for secret key, we know that the query is, but I don't know what's the parameter name in background about secret key. So we have to find columns. So for columns, the query will be select group concat, and in group concat I have to give column name. After that, from information underscore schema dot columns. So this time, okay, dot columns where table underscore schema equal to database. equal table underscore schema equal to database, and I have to also mention table name. So table underscore name equal to this one. Perfectly all right now. So let's copy this now. Oh my god, there's something fishy. Let's copy this now. Single quote, union is over there, all is over there, select is there, 1 comma 2 comma 3 was there, minus minus plus was there now. So columns, COLU, select group, column name, not columns name. That's why the problem is column name. In group concat column name from information schema.columns. Yes, there you have to give columns, and perfectly all right now. Let's try this now. So because of the silly mistakes, let's try this now. Perfectly all right now. If I'll copy this now, let's try this. Okay, still there is problem now. So select is over there. Let's group underscore concat column name from information underscore schema dot columns, where table underscore schema equal to database function, and table name, table name, yes, table underscore name, yes, equal to, we have given that. Then perfectly all, then why it's not working? Okay, maybe what about the previous query? Okay, let's try this query. The database name. Okay, let's try the find one more time. Table name. So I'm trying one more time the table name. Let's try this. Yeah, I got the table name. Table name is this one, yes, but it's not working. And command will be select, not this. Select group underscore concat, and in that group concat there will be column underscore name, and after that there will be from, then there will be information underscore schema dot columns, where you can simply mention table name, table underscore name equal to maybe this. You can mention, let's try this now. If I'm mentioning directly this one, and then you can give, okay, perfectly all right now. If I'm trying this now, let's try this now. Yeah, perfectly all right now. So we can see this now. These are the columns over there. One is session ID, secret. Okay, so I have only one attempt. So now I want, let's say, this data of this column. So what I will use now, right now, I will build a command something like this. Let's say select. After select, I'll give, let's say, group underscore concat. Perfectly all right. Then in that concat, I'll give, so basically what you want. I want, let's say, ID. After the ID, I want what? Session ID, let's say, session ID. Then I want, let's say, so ID. After that, you can select, let's say, you can just use 0 or 0x3a for giving semicolon. Okay, the separation by 0x3a, you can use that. Okay, now, so then you can use secret this one. Now perfectly all right. Then 0x3a again for the, let's say, tryy something. Okay, let's try this now. Perfect. All right now. So we have given everything now. So basically now then we want this from where? From the this one, yes. From the table, sorry, something is problem now. From where? I want this from where? Column name is what? I guess this one. This is the column name. Let's say so I'm giving there from directly this one. If I'm directly giving this one, then let's limit 0, comma 1. Perfectly alright. Let's try this now. If I'm trying this now, see what's happening over there. So 1, let's try this. Perfect, alright. Okay, so we got the content. There is name, and the first we have tried what? The ID. Then we have given session ID. Then we have given this one. So if I'm trying now, let's say copy this. Okay. So and we have to give submit the secret key over there. Perfectly alright. See this? Congrats, you nailed it. Yes. Oh my God, this was so amazing. Yes, I enjoyed this. Thank you so much. Now we'll talk about lesson 55. Now again, this is a challenge. So the objective of challenge is to again dump the secret key, and this time you are getting 14 attempts. So the first things I'll give, let's say question mark ID equal to 1, and I will not my waste an attempt. I'll simply use single quote minus plus to say it's balancing or not. But the problem is now it's not balancing because we haven't got. Okay, I have to reset the challenge other because let's go back. So okay, go back. Okay, perfect. All right now. So minus okay, perfectly now. So I single quote minus plus, so it's not worked. So that means they are not using single quote. Now I'll use let's say double quote. It's not working. I'll use let's say double quote closing, not worked. I'll use let's say single quote closing, not worked. Maybe they are using just closing, possible. Yes, let's try it. Yes, so that means they were using this just closing. Okay. Now you are just using this closing one. Okay, now we have to first find table name. So as we all know that they have 3 columns, so I'll not waste my time on this. So union is there, all is there, select is there, 1 comma 2 comma 3 and 3 is there. We also know the 2 and 3 is reflecting. So let's execute on 2. What we have to find table names. I'll give simply this select group concat, and in that concat I'll give table underscore name. Then after that I'll use from information underscore schema dot tables. Basically I want to fetch table name from information schema dot tables. Perfectly alright. Then the command will be where table underscore schema will be database function. Okay, so let's try this now. Nothing. Oh my God, I had a loss of 1 attempt because of I haven't made this ID equal to 0. Let's try this now. Perfectly alright. Now I got the the table name. So this is the table name now. Okay, now I have to do again find column name. So let's copy this link now there. I'll delete everything there now. Okay, I'll modify this. Select group concat. Instead of table name I have to give column name. From information underscore schema dot, not tables, I have to give columns. Now where there will be table underscore name. Okay, table their name, and then we can give this in double quote the table name. So the table name I already have. This is the table name. Let's try this now. So this is a query to make to find column default column list. Let's try this now. Oh my god. There is some problem. I think I made some mistakes. The mistakes will be something like this. I think there I forgot to give closing. Yes. Perfectly, all right. Now we got that. The ID, session ID, secret, and this time the secret. I only want this. Okay. Why I want something else? Okay. So I only want this. Perfect. All right. Now I have to find the data of this column. So query will be again make something like this. Let's try this query now. So I'll again modify this. The query will be this time what? We need also let to group concat. Okay. This time the query will be group concat, and then in group concat I want what? I want this, only this. So let's try this. Now let's copy this now. So in group concat I'll give this now from where? So I want this from this table. Which tables? This tables. So this column, sorry. So from I'll remove everything now till there. Okay. So from this one. Perfectly. Then I'll give after that limit then 0, 1. So only get first. Then I have to close this because the opening is there. Okay. Sorry, opening is over there. Okay. Now perfectly. All right. Let's fire this query. So if firing this query, you can see this now. I got the yes secret key. Let's copy the secret key. You can enter over there now. Perfectly, all right. I nailed it. Yes. Thank you. Again, I came with a challenge. So again, I have to find secret key, and this time it's the 14 attempts again. So let's first of all, I'll give question mark ID equal to 1 single quote minus plus now. I can see it's not balancing. Okay. First of all, I have to reset this. Let's go back. Oh man, because I just completed one challenge, so I have to set up this perfectly. Let's go back. Okay. Yes, so you can see this now. It's not worked. So I'll simply try single quote closing now. Yes, it's worked now. Yes, now. Okay. So single quote closing is working over there now. So let me single quote closing is working now. I know that the union space all space select space 1 comma 2 comma 3 0 and 2 is reflecting now. So there I want to find table name again. So command will be what? Select group underscore concat, and in group concat I'll give table underscore name. Okay, then table name, then I'll give from there I'll give information underscore schema dot tables, where table underscore schema equal to will be database. Perfectly, all right. Now let's try this now. I hope this is correct. Oops. Yes, perfectly. Let's try this now. And you can see this now. We got one table name. Now I want, let's say, columns now. So I'll modify this perfectly. So I'm not going to share you this notepad. Okay, you have to try this. Okay, if you will have anything for discussion, you can simply message me. You can have a group discussions on the app. So perfectly I want, let's say, column. So I'll simply use column name from information underscore schema dot. So I'm not doing a spoon feeding. Okay, so you have to research. Okay, columns where table underscore. Now this time table name I will give table name. Okay, table name equal to, this is the data table name. So let's try this now. Perfectly all right now. It's perfectly all right now. Let's try this now. So yes, so you can see this now. We got this time another column name. Now, if you want this column data, so again the query will be something like this. Let's build a query for that. So query will be union all select and this select group concat, and there I'll give that column name. So column name is right now this one. Let's try this now. So column name is perfectly now from, not from this one, okay. Perfectly from this one, simply from the table name, then I have to give limit and then 0, 1. Perfectly all right. Let's try this now. So if I'm trying this now, let's see it's working or not. Yeah, we got the secret key now. If I'll got the secret key, I'll simply copy the secret key and paste over there. So these challenges, we have also completed this challenge. Now let's talk about the next challenge. We'll see in next lesson, okay. The next challenge will be 57. That will be union 40 queries allowed variant 4. Let's try this now, okay. Let's talk about challenge 57 now. So again, they are saying that we have to try till 14 attempts. Yes, so let me simply try this now. So again, I'll give, let's say, question mark id equal to 1. I will not miss my challenge attempt. So I'll touch, oh sorry, I missed. Let me simply reset this, okay. Okay, nothing is happening. Let me simply go back there, setup, go, then go back. Perfect, all right now. Okay, now, so single quote minus plus now, nothing. Oh yeah, it's fixed now. So maybe they are using single quote, yes. But if I'm trying here, let's say union space, all space, select a space 1, 2, 3, but nothing is happening over there. Let's make it, let's say 0, nothing. That means they are not using single quote. They may are using double quote or maybe single quote closing. Let's try that. So you can see this, they are using double quote now this time. Again, and you can see this now. If I have to first find what database, so I'll use this now. Select select a space group underscore concat, then in concat I'll give table underscore name from information underscore schema dot tables where table schema equal to database function. Let's try this now. See, if I'm trying this now, see, I got the data table name is this one. Yes, so I got the table name now. If I got the table name, I want all the columns name. So I'll, instead of table, I'll give column name from information schema dot. Instead of tables, I will give here columns where table underscore name equal to, I'll give in double quote the table name. So the table name is this one. Let's try this now. Perfectly all right. So let's try this now. Okay, so right now I got the column name. The column name is this one. Yes, the column name is this one. So select group concat. Here I have to give column name. So let's give column name over there. Now from directly you can give from this one, and then you can give limit 0, 1 for that. Let's try this now. So if I'm trying this now, see, I got the key now. Let's try this key there. Perfectly all right. So we have completed 57. Hello friends, welcome back. So now I'm going to talk about lesson 58. So it's also a challenge. So I'm continuing that challenge, SQLi dump series. So I gave id equal to 1 there and I got an error. This challenge is about and I have only 5 attempts to do this. So I'm trying double query over there. So first I made a double query for table name. It's a union select. I'm using a star for count. Sorry. So basically, uh, first of all, I want to give a single quote over there to break this query. Okay, so I'm trying over the, let's say, single quote. You can see this now. You got an error. The error is you are using MySQL server and it's break by single quote. That means the application is using single quote in background perfectly. Now, so I made a double query. It's a union select one comma const star. Const star is used to concat multiple select statement. After that, I gave and the random function cause errors. Okay, so let's try this now. So if I'm simply copy this code perfectly. So let me simply use this code. And you can see this now. I got the table name. The table name is this time this one perfectly. I have left only 2 attempts, so I'll be very careful while doing this. Okay, so this is the table name. Now I want columns. So I made this query. Now I have to give a column name over there. It's a union select again const star concatenation. Select column name from this table. Okay, where table name is this one perfectly. So I'm using right now the 2 comma 1 because I don't want the first columns and second column. I want directly third columns. Okay. So that's why I'm trying second column comma 1. Okay, let's try this now. Copy this column. Okay, perfectly. See this, I got the secret underscore something. So this is a column name. Perfect. Now I want let's say data of that column. So data may be so union select one star concatenations select column. So I have to give column name over there perfectly. From the table name, I have to give table name also there. So this is a table name. Let's try this table name over there. So table name perfectly. Now everything is fine, I guess. Let's execute this code perfectly. So I'm trying this code now. Let's say, okay, so there is some problem, and that problem I'm not able to execute it. Okay, now I have see it's completed everything. Yes, so I'll reset this challenge. If I reset this challenge, I have to again find one by one that. Okay, but what's the problem now? I'll talk about this first. I'll reset this. Okay, so I resetted that perfectly. All right. Now, so we simply look for the this union select is there. One is there const star concatenations perfectly select is there. Secret underscore is I gave in there. From is there. Okay. Let me try one by one this one field again. Okay. So let me first reset this database. So I'll reset this. Right now I have ID equal to 1. It's 1 attempt perfectly done. Let's copy this to get the table name. Again, we'll get different table name. Okay, so this time I got the table name. This is the table name perfectly. Now I got the table name. Now I have to find column name. So column name perfectly. This will give you the column name. Let's try this column name now. So I got the column. This time the column name is this one secret underscore IGDP. Let's copy this now. So this is the column name now. The data while doing data single quote is there, union is there, select is there, 1 comma const star is there perfectly. Now concatenation I'm doing, yes, this one select, and this time I have to give this one. Let's copy this now perfectly. I think we haven't given a space. Okay, space is there. From, and this time I'm giving here a table name. Table name is this one perfectly. After this one, let's say after this one there will be this one floor random 5. Okay, perfectly A from information schema dot tables group by A perfectly. So if I'm trying this now, let me see it's working or not. No, it's not working. There is some error. Now I have only one thing left is there. Yes, this is not working. So maybe I'm missing. So let's say this from I don't have to give in single quote. I guess so. Okay, let's try this now. If I'm trying this now, let's try this. So if I'm okay, let me okay. It's also remove the space. Okay, perfectly. Let's try this now. If I'm trying this now, maybe I'll get a perfect output. Yeah, see this? We got the secret key now. I'll paste this. I'll use this secret key over there. Let's click on submit. Congrats, you nailed it. So this is all about lesson 58. This was a challenge of double query, and you have to do this in 5 query. Thank you so much. We'll talk about. Hello friends, now I'm going to talk about lesson 59. It's a gate challenges, double query, 5 queries allowed variation 2. Let's open this. So first of all, I have to give question mark ID equal to, let's say, 1. Now, it's a lesson 59. So first of all, I have to gather, okay, let's try this first query now. If I'm trying the first query over there, this is the first query. So I'm simply trying with single quote. If I'm trying with single quote, see what's happened there? Nothing. So I got an error. Yes, I think I have to reset this challenge first of all. So let me go to their setup perfectly. Let's execute one more time. Okay, see this now? There is some error. Maybe they are not using single quote. Maybe they are using a space. So let's try with a space. You can see this now. I got the table name right now. Perfectly all right. So I got the table name. Okay, now. Now I have to find column names. I'll give there a column name. Let's say perfect. Let's give this column name. Perfectly. So let's find a column name over there. So there is again no space. Sorry, no single quote. So let me first check. I think mistakenly I have given the single quote over in the front end. I guess I have to go. Okay, I have to remove this single quote first of all. Okay, perfectly. You can make, if you're using union, so you can make it 0 now. Perfectly. See this now? I got secret underscore ptdy. So this is a column I was looking for now. I have to find data, so I'll simply use this there. Perfectly. And there I have to give a table name. So if I'm giving, let's say, table name over there, let's copy this table name. So if I'm trying table name over there, perfectly. So now it's perfectly all right. So I'll copy this now. Okay, there's supposed to be no single quote. Let's copy this perfectly. So I'm using, let's say, this one. Okay, there is some error now. I think I have one more attempt left. So I'll use space. Perfectly. So you see this now? I got the key. I'll copy this key. Let's copy it. So I copied this now. I'll simply paste in super submit key. See this now? This is a way to find this vulnerability. So this is a way to find. Thank you. Now I'm going to talk about lesson 60. So again I have to reset this. Okay, so I'm trying. Let's reset perfectly. Let's go to lesson 60 first of all. 60. Okay. Please input the ID as parameter with numeric value as done in lab exercises. As you know this. Simply giving question mark ID equal to 1, give backslash. If I'm giving a backslash here, I got double quote closing. That means they are using double quote closing. So in my code, everywhere it will be double quote closing. Perfectly all right. Now, let me first find the table name. Okay. So I'll simply use this code to get the table name. You can see I got the table name. I guess yes, I got the table name perfectly. Now, okay, table name. There's a column name, so I have to find column name. So I'll give it over there this table name. Here I have to use double quote closing. Perfectly all right. Let's use this code. Okay. So perfectly. So I got the one column that having secret something. Yes. Let's copy this secret something. Perfectly. So now I want, let's say, data or something. So I'll simply use this. Call table name. I already have this one. This is the table name. Perfect. I just have to replace this single quote with double quote closing, as they are using double quote closing to close that function. Perfectly all right. Let's copy this now. So I have 2 attempts left. Let me simply use this. You can see this now. I got that. Now I'll copy this secret key. I have to submit the secret key over there. Perfectly. So this is a way to do this. Thank you so much. Hello friends, now I'm going to talk about challenge 61. So what's the challenge 61? Let me show you simply. Sorry, not this one, but challenge 61. Again, the objective of this challenge is to dump the secret key from only random table from this database. Perfectly all right. So let me first set up this perfectly. I'll give simply here question mark id equal to 1 and then simply give backslash. When I'm giving backslash, I got there is single quote closing this time. Okay. So I'll use again this single quote closing to perfectly there in column also and the data also perfectly. Now I have to first find table name, so I'm using here, let's say this, copy this and make it the table name here. You can see this, I got the table name this time. The table name is this one perfectly. The table name is randomly generated. Yes. Now so I have to give table name over there and table name over there also. From this second command I have to find column name, so let's find column name. So I find the column name. See, I got this column name perfectly. Now I have to find, let's say, data. So I just have to replace this column name with this secret underscore something. That's perfectly all right. Let's use this perfectly. So you can see this now. I got the secret key now within 4 attempts. Yes. Now the 5th attempt will be our submit secret key perfectly. You can see this now. That's it. So this is a way to bypass this challenge, okay, and complete this challenge. Thank you. Hello friends, welcome back. So now I'm going to talk about lesson 62. It's a blind based and you have to only get a secret key in 130 queries, okay. So you can see this now. Please input the ID as parameter with numeric value as done in lab exercise, and you have to get secret key from only random table from database challenges. Perfect, all right. So the first thing you have to find a table name. So how are you gonna find table name now? It's a blind based boolean, so you can use, let's say, single quote or whatever. Yes. So I don't know, so I simply use, let's say, question mark id equal to 1 and give a backslash over there. But you are not getting anything. Yes. So I'm assuming that they are using, let's say, single quote. So I'll use, let's say, single quote. Perfect. Then I'll use, let's say, and, as I'm using a blind boolean. After that, I will use ASCII. I'll take ASCII. In ASCII, I'll use, let's say, substring perfectly. And in substring, I'll get, let's say, a select a statement. Yes. So basically, in substring, I'm taking a select a statement. Let's say select what table underscore name from where information underscore schema dot tables perfectly where table underscore schema, you can say, and this time schema may be database function perfectly all right. Then let's say you can give the limit here, limit 0, 1 means first 0, 1, okay, and after that you can also give 1, 1 means first character of first table name. Yes. Then you can make comparison with, let's say, greater than 97. Okay, let's try 97 minus plus. Perfectly all right. Yes. So if you will try this now, then there is a vulnerability. Let's try this now. See if I'm simply trying this now. Perfectly all right. So I don't know what they are using, single quote minus plus. It's fixing. It's not fixing. If I'm trying single quote closing minus plus, now it's fixing. That means they are using single quote minus plus now. So I have to here also use single quote minus closing. Okay, let's try this now. So I tried this now. Now what I got is it's not true value. If it's not true value, then that means what? Maybe it's not greater than 97. What about the less than 97? If I'm trying for less, let's say less than 97, what we'll get that. Let's try this now. Yeah, less than 97 is there. Yes. Now what about less than 90? Less than 90 is also there. What about less than let's say 80? So let's say 80 is not there. What about let's say 85? Let's say 85. So I'm trying now. So you can see this now. You are filing this much query. 85 is Not okay. That means it's greater than 85 and okay. What 88? Less than 88. Yeah, less than 88 is true now. So that means 90 is not there. We know that. So what about let's say 89? If I'm trying, let's say equal to 89, see what's happening. It's not okay. So 89 is not the first character. What about let's say 90? If I'm trying 90 now, 90 is also not. What about okay? So is this greater than 90? Sorry, greater than 90. If I'm trying, let's say greater than 90, then we'll look for 95. Yeah. So it's not even greater than 90. Yes, if it's not even greater than 90, what about less than 90 is there? Let's try this less than 90. Less than 90 is there, but less, okay. But if I'm trying, let's say equal to, now let's try only equal to over there. Equal to 89 now, yes. If I'm trying, let's say 89. 89 is not. So what about 88? If I'm trying, let's say 88, 88 is not there. What about 87? 87 is not. What about 86? 86. So the first character we got the ASCII 86. And let me simply search on Google ASCII table. If I'm looking for, let's say, ASCII table, so you can see the 86 is V, capital V. Okay, so we got the capital V. You know what I observed here right now. In 17 attempts, we got only one character. So this is going to be very difficult for you. Okay, Even. Okay, so I'm not trying this. Okay, I just shown you. Okay, how to do this. Okay, this is a way. Then we can find column also. Then data. Yes, perfectly. Hello friends, welcome back. It's very difficult to do blind booleans, okay, in a such query, okay. So I'm just skipping this, okay. I think you got an idea that how to do blind boolean. So I'm skipping this challenge 63 to 75, just only blind boolean. So I hope you got an idea that how to do this. So this is all about SQL injection. So I hope you have a clear idea about SQL injection now. Thank you so much. Hello friends, I'm going to talk about no rate limiting today. Let me first clear you that this is a logical flaw. It's not a DOS attack. I'm saying I'm in every vulnerability I'm giving you one reports of HackerOne. So you can visit these reports. Before talking about steps, let me first teach you the background concept about this no rate limiting. So for that, let me go to open board now. So the vulnerability name is no rate limiting. Now assume that there is an application. Okay, an application having let's say a forgot password, okay, and that forgot password is sending you one OTP. One OTP on your phone. Now, so basically this request is sending your phone number to the server, and server is sending you one OTP on your phone. Yes. Now what if I'll make this, let's say 10,000 request? What will happen? So you will receive 10,000 SMS. Yes. Then there is a vulnerability. Yes. So rate limiting can be anywhere. Rate limiting can be on forgot password. Rate limiting can be on sign up page. Rate limiting can be on anywhere. Okay, that's interacting. Okay. Now, So this is a vulnerability basically. Now, okay, let's go back now. So the steps will be very easy. Steps can be, let's say, first of all, you have to capture this forgot password or any event request into Burp Suite. Okay. After capturing, you can send this request. Let's say you got one request, you can send this request to Burp Suite. Yes, proxy intercept option. Yes. Now, so then send that to intruder. Yes, and after sending to intruder, make same request 1000 times by selecting one positions, or you can also use this sequencer tab. Okay. If app will perform same action, let's say action is if it's the forgot password, you will receive email or SMS on your mail 1000 times, then there is a no rate limiting. There should be some rate. Yes. So the vulnerability is no rate limit defined. Yes. There should be some rate. Now we'll talk about later how to report this vulnerability. Thank you so much. This is all about background concept about no rate limiting. So I'm going to talk about no rate limiting today again. So I'm showing you the live demonstrations of no rate limiting. So I have a few applications where this vulnerability exists still. The first I'll show you on mobiquick.com. I don't know it's vulnerable right now or not, but I'm trying live, so let's hope for best. Now, so as a researcher, if I don't have account, I will create an account over there first of all. Okay. So let me simply go to the sign up. Now mobile number, okay, I think they're expecting some kind of phone number, so let me give, okay, perfectly alright. Now email ID I'm giving, let's say offensivehunter@gmail.com. I gave that. Now I'm giving the password, perfectly alright. So let's get OTP. This I already have the account. Okay. So I'm assuming that I have an account on this. Yes. So let me simply type my mail ID, offensivehunter@gmail.com. Let's click on, oh man, okay, let's click on login. Now they fixed this vulnerability, I guess. Yes, right now there is, okay, so let me try on some different websites. So let's say seek.com.au is another website. Let's go there. So I'm showing you no rate limiting on forgot password. So first of all, I have to capture that request into Burp Suite. Which request? The forgot password request maybe. Yes. So I can see there's a sign in page. Let's go to the sign in page. Okay, this is the sign in page. Now I can see there's a forgot password. Now they're expecting some kind of email ID. Now if I'm giving an email ID, let's say offensivehunter@gmail.com. Let's copy this. Now if I click on the send email, this will send some email on my mail ID. You can see this now. Let me go to the gmail.com. We have sent instructions on how to reset your password on this mail ID. So there should be some limit. Yes. First of all, if there is no limit, then there is a vulnerability. Yes. Let's try this now. You can see this. I received one email from Seek. Yes, you can see the reset your Seek password now. Now what if I'll capture that request? Which request? The forgot password request. Let's capture that request into Burp Suite. So I will make interceptage on. Then I'll go to, let's say there, let's send email. So I'm going to capture that request. This is not the request. This is not the request of Seek. This is not the request of Seek. This is not the request again. This is not the request. This is not the request. Not, yeah, this is the request. Now you can see this, there is my email ID. So I have to send this request many times. So we have two options right now. One is sequencer and another one is intruder. Let me right click, send this to sequencer. Go to sequencer. Yeah, but there is no token location right now, so I'll use intruder function now. Right click, send this to intruder. I'll go to intruder. There is a positions. I will first clear everything. I'll select one position. Let's say I'm selecting this position, so I'm going to change that positions by using payloads number from 1 to 1000, and then I'll get 1. Let's try this. Start attack. And now you can see this. I am receiving many mails. See this 3. If I'm reloading this, if you receive more than 10 email, then there is a vulnerability. Yes, there should be some limit. Yes, if there is no limit, then it's a vulnerability. Yes, let's see this 9, 10, 11. Yes, so there is a vulnerability. Yes, let's copy. So this is called no rate limiting. Thank you so much. So now again, I am going to show you rate limiting on this website. So I'll click on the login. Okay, they're expecting some email or phone number. If I'm giving mobile number, so let's click on forgot. So they sent me one OTP on my phone, and you can see my phone just beeped now. And I will click on the resend. This will send one more time OTP on my phone. Yes, yeah, I got the one more time OTP. Now what if I'll capture that resend request into Bubsuite? Click on resend. So I capture that resend request into Bubsuite. See this, the login ID, this is my phone number, and this is sending one SMS, one OTP on my phone. What if I'll replay this request? Right click, send this to sequencer. Go to sequencer. Okay, start live capture. See this, I'm continuously guessing OTP on my phone. And you can also see that or either you can also use intruder here. How? Right click, send this to intruder. Okay, now go to intruder. There is a positions. Clear everything first. Select one position. So I'm selecting this positions. Let's click on add. Then payloads, and I'm going to change that positions by using payload type numbers from 1 to 1000. Then 1, and then a start tag. So you may receive 1000 OTP. Yes, if you're receiving 1000 OTP, then there is a vulnerability. If you're not receiving, then there is no vulnerability. Yes. So as I can see, I got only 5 to 6 OTP. That means this is secure. Yes. No, I'm receiving. It's taking time to deliver the OTP. Okay. So that means the Flipkart is also vulnerable by no rate limiting. Thank you so much. We'll meet in next session. Thank you. So again, I'm going to show you rate limiting vulnerability on, let's say, Yammer.com. So Yammer.com is a product of Microsoft. So I don't know it's vulnerable or not, but I'm going to try. Okay, there. So as you can see this now, they are saying enter your work email address to sign up, but I already have the account. I'll click on login. It's taking time. I don't know. Let me simply reload this. Okay, so I got that. Now there is a forward password. Now they're expecting some kind of email ID, so I'm giving founder@hackersera.com. Let's click on submit, and you can see they sent me one email on my mail. Let's log into my mail. Okay, so I haven't logged in there. Let me log in over there first. Okay, so I logged in. Now see. See this, I just got no, this is not the forgot password. Let me simply sort by date. Okay, it's just coming, but I haven't received any, let's say, a forgot password mail. Yes, maybe just wait. Okay, or let's try to resend right now. Okay, so okay. Okay, so I got some email, yes, password recovery request from yammer.com. Now, what if I'll send this request many times? I may receive if I will receive many mail, then there is a vulnerability. So what I will do now, I'll simply capture this request into Bubsuit, intercept it. But before that, okay, let's intercept is on now. Click on submit. So I capture that request into Bubsuit. This is the request, and this is now. I can use sequencer. Send this to sequencer. Go to sequencer, and then yeah, perfectly all right. I got yes, Yammer. Let us start live captures. At the meantime, I'll also send this request to intruder. Right click, send this to intruder. Intruder. There is positions. I'll first clear everything. I'll select these positions. Let's say add payloads. I'll make simple list to numbers. What is numbers? I'm going to change that positions from 1 to 1000. Let's start that. Now you can see. Let me check. If I will receive more than 10 mail, then there is a vulnerability, and that is called no rate limiting. So because that's a vulnerability, yes, we can. But I receive only 2 mail. Yes. Let me synchronize my mail quickly so it will get easily. If right click, synchronize. So as you can see this, I received only, okay, it's coming. So I just have to wait for more than 10 mail. If I receive more than 10 email, then there is a vulnerability, because there should be some, yeah, okay, it's continuously coming. Now I'm going to report this vulnerability on Microsoft, because, and this is a Microsoft identical program, so I will get a bounty. It's a identical program, okay, yammer.com. So I just have to, let me synchronize one more time. Okay, it's keep coming. It's good for me. Just keep coming. Okay, I need more than 10 email. Come fast. It's not coming. Yes, if it's not coming, then it's there is no vulnerability. Yes, because we have to get at least 9 mail. It's not coming. So that means they have some limit. There is some limit. Yes, they are sending only 5 to 6 mail to you. Yes, that means it's not vulnerable. It's a secure one. Yes. So yeah, secure one. Thank you. So that's it for no rate limiting. We'll meet in next vulnerability. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to talk about reporting. So the vulnerability name. These are the few parameters always mentioned in reporting. So let me just use these parameters for reporting. Okay, I'll copy this. Let's open the Sublime. I'll paste over there now. The vulnerability name, I'll talk no rate limiting. After that, vulnerability descriptions you can copy from Google, or you can use these descriptions. That this is not a logical. This is a logical flaw. It's not a DOS attack. Okay, by replaying a forgot password request. It will send you huge email. Yes, so you can say huge email. So there should be some rate limit. Then you can give the URL. Then you talk about the impact. Then you can Yes, then how to reproduce it's important. So for in reproducing you can give first capture forgot password request into burp suite. Okay, you can make and you can give the URL also. Now send to intruder. Third, select a positions, go to payloads, set payloads to numbers, and numbers will be from 1 to 1000. You can say yes, that's it, and then you can give POC and recommendation. So this is all about no rate limiting vulnerability. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to talk about long password DOS attack. This is very easy to find and this is supposed to be secure first of all. Now see, let me just read you the descriptions. Let's example there is a sign up page, okay, and the sign up page there is an input a password field, and in password field there should be some limit. Why there should be some limit we'll talk about later, but there should be some limit. If there is no limit, then we can insert 1000 characters or maybe 1 lakh characters, maybe more than 1 lakh characters. So it will create a DOS attack on the server, and this may lead a website become unavailable or unresponsive. So basically this problem is caused by a vulnerable password hashing algorithms or implementations. When a long password is sent, the password hashing process will result in CPU and memory exhaustion. That means, so these are the few reports over that you can also go later, but how to hunt this vulnerability, it will be very easy. You just have to try to sign up with long password. So we'll talk about later first of all. Now, let me just simply talk about this now. So what are the symptoms? Okay, how are you gonna find this vulnerability that is long password DOS attack? So if simple, first simple, if any website or any application accepting more than 500 characters, you can also report this vulnerability. Okay, this is first symptom you can see. So if there is no limit to the length of password that can be created for site, there is a vulnerability. Okay, now, so are we really talking about password length? Yes, password length is something that might sound quite insignificant, yes, but it's quite important. Why? Let me tell you why. The reason will be sending, see how database store the password or how application process this. Basically, you are entering a plain password, yes, plain text password, yes, they convert into hashing, yes, and hashing implementation take resources, the significant amount of resources consumption. Okay, what this hashing implementation takes resource consumption. Okay, now consumption in the term of CPU, okay, okay, the processing unit, yes, on behalf of the server. Now, and they process this, yes, they process this now perfectly all right now. So if you will send this, let's say more than 1000 characters or 10,000 characters, what will happen then? So this hashing implementation may take more resources. What? More resources. If they will take more resource consumption to the servers, it will be easy target for DOS attack then. Okay, so this is the main reason to protect the password field. First of all, you need to, so how are you gonna protect this? Very easy. You have to decrease what? Decrease password length. Okay, decrease password length. That means there should be some limit. Let's say only 42 characters, 24 characters in password string. Okay, if there is no protection, then it will be easy target for DOS attack. So this is all about DOS attack. Thank you so much. So I'm going to talk about long password DOS attack now. So you just have to sign up with long password, a very long password. That means you have to try to sign up with more than 1000 characters. So let's start. I'll show you some few reports first of all. Okay, so you can see this now. no password length restrictions over there. Okay, someone reported to, so I'm just showing you. Basically, someone is able to sign up on your web application using a long character password, which may lead to website become unavailable or unresponsive, as we have already discussed. Usually, this problem is caused by a vulnerable password hashing implementations. So I think we have already seen that. Yes. Now you can see this another examples. Someone tried this much character of passwords in a sign up page. So you can see this, there is no limit to the length of password that can be created for this site. Yes. So there should be some limit basically. So I'm going to try to do on this, let's say MobiKwik. They're expecting some kind of phone number. Okay, but they're not expecting some kind of passwords. Okay, so I cannot try over there. Let's try on this website, seek.com.au. Let's try over there now. Okay, perfect. Let's click on register over there now. Yes, and I'm giving the email ID. Perfect. Okay, the email ID, so I'll use temporary email. Okay, perfect. Now passwords. So 7 characters or more they are saying. So let's capture this request into Bubsuit 1 2 3 4 5 6. Now I want to capture this request into Bubsuit. So intercept is on now. Let's click on the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, perfect. So I capture this request. This is not the request. This is not the request. This is not the request I'm looking for. This is not the request. This is not the request. This is the request, and you can see this now. I captured this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Now what if I'll make this, let's say, what if I'll make this, let's say, more than this one. So I'm giving many characters over there. Just wait, see this. Perfect. Let's copy this password. So okay, perfectly. We can also insert more than, okay, now it's perfect. Yes. So I gave more than 1000 characters, I guess. I don't know, but let's try this. Copy now. What I'll forward this request intercept off now. See what's happening over there now. The password is too long. That means it's secured. If they will accept, then there is a vulnerability because they're supposed to not accept the long passwords. So this is secure. Okay. So this is a way to do long password DOS attack. So I'm going to talk about now long password DOS attack on this website. Let's say it's a tagdigital.com. Okay, so let's capture this request. I'm giving, let's say, offensive hunter. The email ID, I already have the email ID. Let's try there now. Oh, sorry. Perfect. Okay. So email ID I gave there now. Passwords, I'll simply use 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 right now. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 because I want to capture this request into Bubsuit. So intercept is on now. I accept, sign up. So I capture this request into Bubsuit. Now here I will replace this small password with the long passwords I already have, and then see what's happening over there. Okay, let's try there now. Perfect. Let's click on forward, intercept off now. See what's happening over there now. And you can see this now. The application is behaving unresponsive right now. Yes. So that means this website is vulnerable. This website is vulnerable by long password DOS attack. Perfect. So this is a vulnerability. Okay. Now, wait. If you want to see the response, let me go back again. I think tag digital. Where is the tag digital? Okay, perfect. This is the registrations. Let me simply. Okay, let's capture one more time after this. Okay. So let me simply reload this. Okay, let's click on this sign up page. I'll again capture this request. Let's say offensive hunter. Again, I'll give email ID. Let's say I already have the email ID. If you replace this, you can see this now. I'm not getting anything. Yes. There is no email right now because I haven't signed up. So email ID done. In the past, oh fuck, sorry, I'm supposed to not use this. Okay, word, sorry. Now in the username, let me give perfect email ID, and I have the password, but I'll use here 1234567 because there may be JavaScript to block my input. So I don't know what's happening over there right now. Oof. Go back simply. Okay. Intercept is on now. Go to browser. Oh man. They are just giving few seconds. How it gonna work? Okay. Now let's say offensive hunter perfectly 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Now I accept sign up. So let's open this forward. This is not the request. This is not the request. This is not the request. This is, oh man, I forwarded. So if you forward this, you can see this now. Successfully created my account. Yes. Let's update my account password. So I'm using simply 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 now. Okay, perfect. Let's intercept it on now. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Let's try this now. So I capture this in the request. This is the request here. See this? They're expecting one old password, new password. So what if I'll give a long password over there? Let's try some long password over there. Perfect. Let's try some long password there. Let's try this. Okay, perfect. Let's forward, intercept off now. See what's happening over there now. Password successfully updated. Okay, there is a vulnerability because if I'll try to log out now, let's log out. If I'm trying to log in now, let's click on the login. So I already have email ID. So let's use this email ID. Perfect. Okay, now in the password field, what if I'll try this one? See what's happening over there now. Because they expected this now. See, it's nothing. If I'll click on the login, see what's happening over there now. So it's application basically. Okay, let's capture this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 now. So intercept is on now. Let's click on the login. So I capture this request now. I'll replace this with the new this password. Let's forward, intercept off now. See what's happening over there now. Nothing. So basically, this it's not behaving on. See this now. Let's capture one more time. If I'm trying this now. Okay, now I want to, let's say, intercept the request. Do intercept this response to this request. Let's forward. This is not the request. Okay, the invalid username password is coming. Okay, so okay, now let's give a new user sign up. Now if I'm signing a new user, let's say offensive, it's on now. Okay, perfect. Let's say offensive hunter 2. Email ID. For that I need a new email ID. So maybe change my email. Okay. Perfectly, I got a new email ID. Now I'll try to sign up with new email ID. So I'm doing live. Okay, so that's why. Okay, I haven't prepared that I'll show you this website I found already, and then I'll show you. No, I'm not doing something like this. Okay, I'll show you real world, so you'll observe what are the mistakes I'm doing and what are the mistakes you are doing. Okay, so you will correct your methodology then. So let's try this now. Email ID perfectly 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, I accept, sign up. So I'm doing offensive hunter 2 now. Forward. Be careful while forwarding. Okay, perfectly alright. So what I will do now here, I'll replace the password with this one, okay? Okay, and then password with this one now. Now I want to intercept the request. So do intercept response to this request. Let's forward. 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 Mm-hmm. This is temp mail, forward, 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 forward. Okay, so the successfully registered. Okay, and they are redirecting. Let's forward this now. Let's see what's happened over there. Okay, now I don't know. So how many passwords they took now, but there is a vulnerability. Yes. So because if I'm doing here, let's say log out. If I'm trying to log in over there now, let's try now. So right now my email ID is this one. Let's try this now. If I'm trying this email ID over there and the passwords, let's capture this intercept is on now because I know what I gave the passwords over there. Let's submit. So okay, capture this now. Password, let's try this. Let's forward intercept off now. Okay, see happening over nothing. So the application is busy right now. Yes. Okay, no, it's saying invalid username password. So maybe they are not taking input or maybe they are taking 1000 characters. So they have server side, we have to validate server side. So this is a way to find long pass. So again, I'm going to talk about long password DOS attack. So if any application accepting more than 500 characters, then there is a vulnerability that's called long password DOS attack. I already explained you how it can be vulnerabilities. Okay, what will be the symptom of this vulnerability and what will be the risk of this vulnerability. Now I'm going to try on the live websites, one more live website. Let's say it will be you can say Citus Cloud, Microsoft. Okay, it's a acquisitions of Microsoft. Let's try over there now. So again, I don't know it's vulnerable or not. Let's try this. So I'm trying this try Citus Cloud now. Perfectly all right now. Okay, so now organization name, maybe I'll give, let's say, hacker setup. Perfectly your name I'll give, let's say, Vikas Chaudhary. Perfectly. Email address I'm giving, let's say, offensive hunter@gmail.com. Perfectly. Now in the password fields I have to capture this request, so I'm simply capturing 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, Bubsuit intercept is on now. Perfect. Let's click on create account. Okay, perfectly. So here you can see this, everything is there in the password fields. This is the password and then the confirmation password. Now I'm going to replace this password with the long password, a very long password. So, and let's see it's they are accepting or not. Let's try this now. See what's happening over there now. Okay, error provided this user from being saved. Okay, so they haven't accepted this. That means this is secure. Okay, we cannot yes, you can see this, the application is not giving you any kind of error or something. It's secure one. Okay, so perfectly all right. Yes, if you want to let's say simply, let's say interceptions, I'll simply reload this, resend this data. Perfectly all right. Let's do right click, do intercept this response to this request. See, okay, wait, not this. Perfectly this one and this one. If I'm doing this right click, do intercept response to this request. Let's forward. See what's happening over there now. Here you are getting something there. Yes, but error, they are giving you the error. Okay, it's not saving into databases. Yes, that means this is secure. Okay, we cannot do anything over there. Thank you so much. So I just try to hunt this vulnerability. If any application will accept your inputs more than 1000 characters, then there is a vulnerability that is called long password DOS attack. That's it. Now I'm going to talk about reporting. So reporting consists this vulnerability name, vulnerability descriptions, vulnerable URL, and you can also mention impact. And the big is how to reproduce this issue, as well as you can also give recommendation and then proof of concept, the POC. So I have a report. I already reported this 2 years ago. So I'm just showing you by sending a very long passwords. it's possible to cause a DOS attack on the server, and this may lead to the websites become unavailable or unresponsive. So I found this bug on this directv.com, and in the password field I tried these characters. Okay, so I just shared with you this. Okay, now what happened earlier, see, when I tried this much characters of passwords, the website took 26 seconds, not milliseconds, to load the website. Okay, when I use 100 characters, it is only 4 seconds, and when I use again 10,000, so it gives 26 seconds. So that means the website becoming unresponsive when I'm giving long passwords over there. So this is a way to find this vulnerability. Thank you so much. This is all about the reporting you can say.